match of this action of the Asia B. The plane line, it's not gonna matter whatsoever, as you can go wherever you want in the Sanhok match.
Yep, the rumble in the jungle has already begun, ladies and gents. And, this is a very small map here. So uh, the teams can go, wherever they like, to be honest. But the tricky part when it comes to Sanhok is that the circle is very erratic. And you need to be able to have a good sense of like where you think is the circle gonna land next. If you master that skill, I guess it will be easy for you to actually decide what kind of rotation you're gonna have for Sandhog. But then again, that's it takes a while though. It takes a lot of experience for you to be able to do that. But this is the current situation, ladies and gents. We got, of course, Myanmar. They might go up against Bhutan, just considering how close they are at each other. Hattin is highly occupied or highly populated as well. And we already got a first blood over here. I think Bhutan was able to take a point from Myanmar.
Oh my god, that's absolutely true. They actually managed to secure that early elimination, early frag right here and now. And now with this, there is like the chances of Myanmar like losing out these fights and something. But UMP45 from Mernet, it's doing amazing. It's doing good. But let's see. Let's watch the first blood in the big screen, ladies and gentlemen. How Caesar used that 1897 straight up on the face, got that knockdown and the confirmation. After this, Myanmar, now they have to like put up some more effort than they are already doing into the match, because they have just lost a very crucial player. And very crucial time. This is just the start, and already within the 1 minute marker, you're gonna lose a player like that. This is not how it works. But there are more teams into the proximity of each other. One is Pakistan, the other one right close to their proximity is going to be the name that I do believe so, Indonesia. Right now, and Indonesia, as they're like forming a little bit to the backside, they're getting ready to disengage from this fight, from what I can see.
Okay. I mean, Pakistan is ready for this fight. We got Falak, being far away from the rest of the team here. He's the one probably giving all the shot calls here, just trying to gauge the situation and probably getting some more information before they move forward with the plan. But for Indonesia, I feel like it's the same game plan. Both teams are quite passive at the moment. But perhaps they are trying to set traps up against each other, but it's a standoff, so it may take a while still. But in the meantime, we're looking at Myanmar, and just like what happened moments ago, Bhutan was able to take a player from Myanmar, so that puts them at a disadvantage. So let's see if Bhutan can actually do a follow through over here. For the kill feed, though, it's Japan versus Indonesia, and Rumi confirmation. He's already out of the game here.
Oh my god. I mean, this lobby is going way too chaotic today. We're seeing some early fights, ladies and gentlemen. We're seeing some early clashments right here and now, as Japan is also going to lose one of their players. The situation has kind of turned away from the Japan side, so they will have to go for a slight bit of different pace, different strategies of what they were doing before. But aside from all of this action, the circle is actually going to go towards the Alpha Island. I do love the fact that, okay, it has gone to the Alpha Island, but also the playable area, the playable zone, there is a very big river in between separating these three islands. It is still there, and there is a possibility. There's a slight possibility, Andy, in my eyes, that the circle might take a hard shift towards the main island or the southern side island. But there we go, man. ladies and gentlemen, ready to take that action. The first initial frag that we're seeing from Hong Kong, China as well. They're also shooting. They're also shooting at the Myanmar's players right now. In fact, not Myanmar's players. It is BHU that is getting a shot right at this point in time. But the connections are not making its way. The connections are not coming in. But finally, some knockouts, some casualties coming around. China on the top of the mountain, looking also at the Hong Kong. In fact, Japan on the top of the mountain, looking at the Hong Kong, China. At this point in time, the one wrong slight mistake from anybody, it's going to punish them so hard. Japan, ready, mountaintop. There is like no chance of survival. If they get a knockdown, there is absolutely no chance of survival whatsoever, as they're so further away from each other.
Yeah, so they need to be careful not to overextend their peak as well. I mean, they do have the advantage of being, at the high grounds. But then again, if you get knocked down, it will be difficult, for the rest of the team to pick you up. But in the meantime, okay, we're looking at Vietnam. Still a complete squad over here. They're over at Camp Alpha. No gunshots just yet, or no altercations happening just yet. Teams are more focused on getting to their perfect location so that they could take advantage, up against the rest of the teams here. After all, this is a battle royale. Myanmar, however, already suffered 2 casualties, and Hong Kong, China was able to take one from Bhutan. So this is kind of a slow back and forth trade happening between 3 teams here. But Japai, man, he just got sent back to the lobby here.
He did. Japai, he definitely got sent back to the lobby. But at this point in time, we're still seeing the fight that can potentially happen at this point in time, at this point in contestation. So whatever's happening, I'm loving it. I'm loving every single part of this aggression that we're facing, that we're seeing by all of these teams. So far, Pakistan is on our screen once again. They're close to the proximity of Indonesia, and the fight, they are not starting. Nobody's starting the fights, but they are ready to initiate and execute the action the moment it's going to present itself to these players. Pakistan T24 OP with a 4-time scope. He's looking at the proximities into the long ranges areas that, okay, if there is someone over there, he's going to find the player down. He's going to shoot him down, get him eliminated. But T24 now forming together with his team member, all the 4 players of the Pakistan, they're going to come together once again, form up a full cluster of 4 men. And maybe from that point onward, they're going to either think of aggressing maybe on the team or leaving the premises.
I think they're not interested to fight at all. Or maybe they're just creating a distance over here up against Indonesia. Probably, for Team Pakistan, they're going to wait for the circle to really shrink before they get into any engagements. But this is kind of a hard circle, I can say, because we've got all 3 islands, included in the safe zone. Now, Nepal, another very good start for the team here. We got one of them currently knocked down on the ground here, courtesy of Malaysia. And as you can see on the screen here, K-Look is not, leaving his teammate. He's making sure that nobody will get close to him to take that point. And that is a good mid-man situation right there coming from K-Look.
Yep. Cluck is ready to take that initials, but whoa, what am I saying, Sri Lanka? I mean, I don't complain. I don't complain in any of these. The more chaotic you're going, the more out of the box you're thinking, the more I love it at this point in time. Every single strategy counts. Whether you're getting the points is the main thing that you have to be really thinking of, that, okay, you're getting it. But Hong Kong, China, wait a minute. They just took down one of the players of the team Pakistan. That's a knockdown coming up. But Indonesia, now close to the Sri Lanka side. We do have to see when the fight is going to occur and how the fight is going to actually initiate. The grenade is not making any connection. Indonesia, be very careful on what you're doing at this point in time, man. The second grenade comes into the face of the player. Then there we have it. That's a knockdown. That is going to go into the confirmation. Badella finally dropping down back into the sea, and Thab slowly approaching this situation. There is no way that Team Wheaties, Indonesia's players, not going to seize this opportunity to take down the player that is in the water. Come on, Potato on the different angle. He is making sure that every single player is right now is on his side. He's focusing on him. But wait, Nam, they're finally going to go loot that airdrop. Whoa, wait a second. Sanhok and airdrop getting looted? That's one thing, but there we go. Consulate coming in. Tabs getting down. And Indonesia securing their second elimination. But Potato.
That is for sure. And Indonesia obviously was able to turn the tables up against Sri Lanka. But then again, we're still talking about 3 more players repping up Sri Lanka over here. They're now done with the reset, so they're probably just, maybe calculating the risk on how to take down Indonesia at this point. But they have to do it fast because, they're already attacking the blue here. And Indonesia seems not to be interested to go into a fight here anymore. But then again, they will have to still go through Sri Lanka if they want to step into the safe zone, or maybe go back to Hatin and face Team Pakistan. But coming off from the kill feed, it's Chinese Taipei at the moment. We got Malaysia, Timor-Leste in an altercation as well.
The fight's happening, ladies and gentlemen. The Sanhok is finally going on the aggressive side. We're seeing Pakistan losing their players. We're also seeing Bangladesh losing their players into the proximity of the areas. But Chinese Taipei ready with that UMP-45, 30 bullets locked and loaded. Come on, Fusker, it is your time. It is your time to go forward, initiate those frags, and secure that elimination number. But Team Pakistan down to the last player. It is IQQ. The solo hope for the team. He is at the northern corner of the safe zone area. So far, he is still alive, and he is still surviving and thriving for the team, but he's the only guy that's remaining. He's the only guy that's surviving. One wrong move, even a slight mistake from anything that he's going to do, and that's going to cost him big. Already, Team Pakistan is struggling into the overall chart leaderboard, and mistakes like these, losing their players early on into the matches, it's actually going to hurt you even more and more and more. But Malaysia, so far, 2 eliminations, not a single player on the casualty side.
But that's the thing, though. Myanmar and Malaysia needs to settle the score right now before they step into the zone over here. Or better yet, suffer the consequences of being in the blue zone. But since we only have a portion of boot camp still included in the zone here, any team, or which of the teams is going to be winning the fight, will then have to cross, and they will have to swim to get to the other side. So that could be very difficult. So, both of the teams, even if they're going to fight, even if they're going to be winning the clash, it's still going to be hard for them to move forward, to the next stage, considering the situation that we have. But it is so amazing just because of the fact that, I guess, what stage are we on? And we still got 15 more teams here.
I think this is the stage number 3 that is about to occur, if my memory serves me right. But will have to see what really the stage is until we can get a confirmation on that. We can just assume. But Indonesia, beautiful Razak, beautiful shotgun, man, getting those eliminations beautifully for yourselves. That's the third one that you're going to have. But Kasim, in the meanwhile, in the different areas, is also getting taken down. So it's a back and forth casualty coming around. Still, not a single full team has been eliminated. I love this fact that, okay, the teams are still alive. The full-fledged teams are still alive. We're only losing a single 1 or 2 players, but a grenade on Ryan is going to do a lot of damage, and finally going to Mernit down as well. As Mernit is down, we're going to have our first initial team elimination. That is on the Sri Lanka side. Beautiful job done by Malaysia, but oh my god, he barely managed to heal himself back to the 100%. Beautifully done, man. For a second, I thought it was the end of that player at the very least, but suddenly they're back on their 4-man.
Yep. Timor-Leste and also Vietnam is trying to settle their conflict. But yeah, I think Timor-Leste is about to get eliminated. Yes, they have been eliminated. So we're looking at 13 teams remaining over here. And again, Myanmar and Malaysia is not done, with trying to settle the score. And it's really going to be difficult this time. It's already part of the blue here, and Myanmar Romeo just got eliminated, the last man standing here, and so they are out of the game. But then again, Malaysia, what is going to be the next step for the team? You guys will then have to swim and deal with the other teams from another island. But coming off the kill feed, it's Hong Kong, China, if I'm not mistaken, also having an altercation inside the map here, but just couldn't figure out who they're going up against. Was it Indonesia? Yes, I think so.
That is true, but going back into the match, it is 15 minutes that has passed so far, and the 15 minutes have passed, and already there's 11 teams remaining into the area. Chinese Taipei, they're finally going to be eliminated as well. We're going to see the casualty done. 11 teams with 29 players. There is a lot of pressure. There is the kill feed going so fast, like it's still going on.
No.
We're seeing a lot of casualties still around. Bangladesh finally coming in for that rescue. Team Pakistan, in the meanwhile, they're gonna get eliminated. Precious, at the same time, you also saw that guy getting eliminated. Potato jumping from the hill to the down, absolutely destroying his own self. We also have Claw that is being taken out by the hand of Malaysia. Japan on our screen with 2 elimination, 2 frags so far, but 2 frags are not going to help them so far, man. Come on, you need to have more and more frags for yourself. Bhutan, Paytar so far on our screen, slowly. Everybody is cementing themselves in a safe side area because of the fact that stage number 5 is this small of a radius, this small of a circle. Majority of it is actually outskirts, like it's completely into the open. It's as it's completely like fully into the open, the chances of survival, it comes down so much. But here we go, Malaysia finally receiving some damage on their own side, as well as only 2 players are remaining, and those 2 players, everything is residing on them.
Nepal just got eliminated, which brings us down to just 8 teams remaining over here. And if Malaysia would want to stay in the competition, they know they will have to challenge the Bhutan boys for that very compound. I think they do have a chance, to be honest, since we're looking at 3 players. Now make that 2. Okay, so this is going to be a 2v2 situation. I think pretty much they can handle snagging that compound out of Bhutan, but let's just wait and see. But in the meantime, we got K-Look over here challenging up the boys of Thailand.
Beautiful.
He was able to take that 1, and he was able to get that point. And now we're looking at 5 points in the back end with 3. K-Look has the most number of points here.
He definitely has a decent number of eliminations for himself, but Nicky, he's low. He's getting some damage, and if he's not careful, it can also be the demise of the player as well. So whatever you're doing right now, do really on the caution side. But finally, Nicky's going to be down. It's a confirmation on Nicky, and that was a third party. That was a steal of elimination. Thailand is down. The very last guy, and that last guy, he's completely like all alone into the area. I don't think there's a chance of him getting that survival point more for himself. It is the top 8. You may only get like 1 survival point from this point onward, but we're seeing a lot of casualties. More coming around as, oh no, that is Vietnam losing their players, but also Boiti. In all of this amidst, he's also going to secure some elimination. Bangladesh receiving some damage. 6-9, you can see the number of damage that has been done on this guy. He was low. He healed himself. He has those compounds. So they're still chill. They're still comfortable into the areas. But we have Chinese, in fact, Hong Kong, China versus Vietnam going on into the kill feed. There's also Japan in the midst of all of this doing a third party. No way. This small of a radius, these many teams, and everybody is like on everybody's tail at this point in time. You're not safe no matter where you go, no matter where you're holding your positions. Rinto, he's finally going to be eliminated. There was no chance of the player survival, but Hayato alongside of Rinto, both players of Japan, in fact, is going to go taken down. Valentine here, S12K versus GBS. It is 5 bullets. A reload comes in, and Come on, come on, push. At this point in time, just push. 3 bullets, 2 bullets, 1 bullet, and there we have it. He is going to finally have that elimination, and Brunei is going to have those elimination number for themselves at the very least, but still on the hashtag number 11 is not going to cut them off. Kenji, the final hope from Japan's side. That's one player. I don't know where the second player is right now residing in Rinto. That was knocked down, finally eliminated, so Kenji it is. The final and only hope from the side of Japan. Hong Kong, China also has a solo player for the survival. We also have Brunei with a solo. Then everybody else, like it's Bhutan, it's Bangladesh, it is Malaysia, they're down to a duo.
Yep, and Malaysia down to their 2 players. But since Myanmar and Nepal, both teams have already been eliminated, this is their chance to make up for those points. And maybe, just maybe, they can do it big here for Sanhok and maybe overtake, like a team in the leaderboard ranking. But in the meantime, we're looking at Bhutan here. Got Paytar, we got Hades, and they're hunting down Aimbot here coming from Hong Kong, China. As you can see on the screen here, he's trying to pop some smoke so that he could easily get out of this situation. But I don't think Bhutan is going to let that happen. But let's see what Aimbot is going to do in this situation. We got Hades trying to make a move here. It's a 2v1, and there you go. It was Kale. Look of Malaysia that actually scored the point. A little slow to trigger. They're coming from Bhutan, but then again, Kaluk has the opportunity to score some more. I mean, he knows exactly where these 2 players will be coming from, right behind this boulder, and they are gonna flush them out with a nade and a Kaluk with an accurate one. Malaysia bags 9 points now.
9 points. That's a very, very huge number, man. That is a very huge number. But finally, we're down to the top 3, ladies and gentlemen. It is this top 3 that's going up against each other. You can see Bangladesh 6-9 are ready to take that action. Bangladesh with a 2-man standing. It is a 2 versus 2 versus 1 fight. Brunei Darussalam in the front lines. The Molotov is going to come. The sprays are also approaching the player. But suddenly, he's very, very lucky to be able to survive from all of those shots, all of those Molotov that came into the way. But finally now, Bangladesh will have to get out of that compound. The players are waiting. The players are waiting. But wait a minute. They're denying those elimination. And they're definitely going to deny all of those elimination to the players. They're going to get eliminated by the play circle. And in the meanwhile, we're also having the players from the side of Malaysia coming on to the fight, and Brunei is going to be taken out, but not before he actually took out a knockdown on the player. But in the very end, it is Malaysia that's going to have the winner chicken dinner, ladies and gentlemen. This is the first match of the day of the Asia B, and we have Malaysia on the number 1 spot in this match.
Yep, and it's also a great performance coming from Bangladesh. I mean, day number 1 for them, also quite explosive. So I don't even doubt it that Bangladesh has another trick up their sleeves here to show for us. I mean, it's so amazing that they are actually maintaining their pace, in this competition. It's been a long time coming, and I would love to see some more, from Bangladesh, as I know you guys brought a lot of fans also down in the comment section to support you in this tournament. But then again, we don't want to take away the spotlight, from Malaysia. As you can see on the screen here, these are the stats. Kaluk with the most damage over here, 2 assists coming from Yamil, and then Kaluk again with the most number of elimination points. And the total for this team is actually 10 elimination points plus chicken dinner. So you are looking at a whopping 20 points just for Sanhok. So what a way to start the matches for this evening.
That was amazing. This match definitely went amazing for the players. But going on to the WWCD stats, all the 4 players, the stats individually, look at Cluck. 8 eliminations individually. He is the MVP of the match at the very least. I can say that for sure. But 652 damage. You definitely saw some elimination from somebody. But we have Yamil in the meanwhile with 0 elimination and 249 damage. I can see where those elimination definitely came in from. Aside from all of this, we also... Wait a minute. We also have Kasim One elimination, zero damage. Whoa, how? My main question is, how is he able to get that done with zero elimination? There should be like 1 or 2 damage at the very least, or maybe it's that minimal that it didn't even consider a 1 damage whatsoever. But elimination wise, we have a total of 49 elimination in the match, with 51 knockouts, 6,294 of the healings, 10 revives, 80 throwables used. Still not a very good number. I would love like 150, 200 close to the proximity of those throwables used in Sanhok, and more on that in the Erangels and whatsoever. But 376 meters of the longest elimination distance. That's a number that you can actually say that, okay, considering Sanhok, that is very huge.
And we're done with the warm-up, ladies and gents. Of course, that is Sanhok for you. But head-to-head, we got Malaysia versus Hong Kong, China. 10 elimination points, so that's 10-8 favoring Malaysia. Damage output, still Malaysia here. If we're going to be looking at the numbers, it isn't really that far of a gap here between these two teams. Pretty similar, China here, in terms of elimination points. But, same tenacity. I think they were on a good roll, to be honest, for Hong Kong, China, up until where they got eliminated. But so far that was a solid performance as well. And if you guys are wondering, okay, how your favorite team actually performed for Sanhok match number 7, again, Malaysia with 20 points here, Hong Kong, China coming in at second place with 11. So 2 teams that finished this match number 1 with a double-digit score. As for Indonesia, Thailand, Japan, I think it's a pretty okay performance, but I just really have to give props onto Bangladesh. I just hope that they can keep their consistency, for the remaining matches this evening.
I mean, having an okay performance at the start of the games, it's you can live with that. But the more matches that you are going to play tonight, the more difficult it will be for you to secure that number 3 placement if you're not playing consistently really, really good. Okay is not going to cut it at this point. But going on to the second page, we are seeing Nepal, we're seeing Sri Lanka, we are seeing Pakistan, all the other names like Chinese Taipei, Myanmar, Timor-Leste, and I don't know what's going on with all of these teams. Like 3, 2, 1, 0, 0, 0 points. I was expecting at the very least 1 elimination from every single team whatsoever.
Looking for great hotel prices? Looking for great hotel prices? Plan your perfect stay with Agoda. Cozy, fancy, or budget friendly? We've got it all. Stay with Agoda. Cozy, fancy, or budget friendly? We've got it all. Book now with Agoda.
You have to stand up and get your consistency readied up from this point onward. But ladies and gentlemen, match number 1 for the day number 2. It's done and dusted. Asia B, match 1 is done. We're going to go into the match 2, but before heading over there, we're going to go on a very short break. Do not go anywhere. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
But that can easily change, ladies and gents, if they cannot keep the consistency for them. Aggression will definitely be at an all-time high since, everyone is catching up. And Myanmar, scored 2 chicken dinners for day 1. So maybe something like that can happen again since this part of the competition is going to be crucial for everyone. 3 Erangels back to back. So it's time to make something happen. They already know what is at stake. So we're just here, of course, to observe and to cast for you guys.
Oh, most certainly. We're here to observe first and foremost on how the teams are playing, what kind of a strategy they're doing from this point onward. Are they doing good? Are they not doing good? What is going on from the team side as well is a very, very major question at this point in time because staying consistent is one thing. Malaysia securing that #1 spot is another one. Amazingly done, not just the #1, but the winner chicken dinner. With this, the confidence is going to be super high for that team at the very least. With the confidence booster, they will definitely try to initiate and engage with the same kind of aggression, same kind of pace again, even in this match. So my eyes will be on every single team, looking out for those tiny minuscule spaces, those pores where the fights can actually occur, where the fights can actually begin from, and what kind of destruction those pores are going to bring to the whole structure of the team.
Yeah, and for Sanhok, we didn't really see much of, drop clashes really happen. So maybe, we can see something like that happen for the 3 Erangels. But definitely we will be also witnessing a lot of, alterations in terms of their rotations and strategies, since it's 3 Erangels and it really depends on where the circle will land. But we'll be focusing our attention on the same areas, Yasnaya, Pachinki, there's also the military base. Yesterday, we were granted at least 2 military base finishes. So, something like that should happen again, for today.
I mean, I wouldn't complain. I wouldn't complain if that kind of a structure, that kind of a strategy definitely happened. The circle took a shift over towards that side. I wouldn't complain on that. But yes, the plane line is going to be crucial in this map from this point onward. Also, the circle. Wherever the circle shift is going to go, there's going to be a lot of destruction that's going to follow to the other side where there's no circle whatsoever and a lot of teams. Because I can say one thing for sure in all of my experience over here, that wherever the circle is going to go, we're only going to see almost 40% of the teams there. The rest of the 60%, they will be outside of that circle, the playable zone, and they will be struggling. They will definitely get into that tussle to get into the circle, and those early fights will begin because of that.
Yeah, I'm not even sure if Sinister is actually playing and representing Bangladesh, but the current roster that we have for Bangladesh, they're actually doing great. I love the rotations. I love the aggressiveness as well. They know when to pick when to get into a fight, which is one of the things that needs to be mastered as well. They do not go super aggressive and they don't go super passive at the same time. So it's just, it's just right. But since we're already at the last day here of the qualifiers, again, something needs to be done, something extraordinary, I guess. I'm not just talking about Bangladesh, but of course, those teams that is still maybe on 7, 8, 9 place. The wonder of it all is that, the gap isn't that wide just yet for most. And there's still time to catch up, but it's not really like a long one. So if you want to belong in the top 3, I don't know what kind of magic you guys need to pull off just to get included. So I mean, they have to start grinding now.
I mean, the grind begins right here. The grind begins from here. And the more mistakes you're going to do, the more difficult it will be for you to survive or to make any kind of a good plays into the rest of the matches. The next matches, few matches. But yes, match is about to start, ladies and gentlemen, as the match number 2 begins. This is our very first Erangel. This is our very first initial Erangel that's actually going to start its plane line from the military base island, Andy. You're very lucky on this. The plane line is starting from the military base all the way up to the Kameshi side. It is going towards the area, but wait, I think that's a replay that we're gonna witness. So plane line wise, that was different. Wait, no, this is live.
It's the same thing. Yeah, from military base to Kamechki. So this is northbound. Oh, and there's tons of teams that from south to north.
I told you, there's only going to be 40% of the teams inside that circle. The rest 60, they're outside, and because of that, we're definitely going to see some early fights. Right now at the Novoroponoi Island, Novoroponoi, in fact, we're seeing two different teams fighting against each other. We have Murnet with a grenade in hand. He's cooking it up. Let's see if that grenade is going to connect. The answer is no, but there is also one player from the side of Myanmar knocked out. He is in dire need of that rescue. Say Cloud, someone has to go. Someone has to get that rescue done if they want to have any chance of survival. But Murnet, finally, with a shotgun in hand, there is the Akaban into the player's other hand as well. So he can definitely try, even for the long ranges, the 5-gun Akaban to spray up on the guy, eliminate him, but he knows, he hears the footsteps close to him, close to his proximity, and that's why he has a shotgun in the hand, because at any point in time, the players can just rush up through that staircases towards him, and he will have absolutely no way of defending himself otherwise if he doesn't have that shotgun in hand.
Great start at the offense from Indonesia. Potato already cooking up a nade here. Marnet is just really anticipating the attack from Indonesia, but it's a good thing that they were able to pick up, say, Cloud, so they do have a chance to go up against Indonesia with a full squad. Now, Razak obviously needs to heal up. He's been the one getting all the tags here coming from Myanmar, but I believe he was the one who put, say, Cloud on his knees at the moment, for a moment there. But right now, Indonesia going for the push. Razak again with the charge was able to inflict damage up against, say, Cloud once more. Was that Smile? I think it was Smile. But hey, there's this great distance still between these two teams, and Indonesia is kind of just really taking their pace.
They are taking their pace right now, but that early fragment, that early fight that occurred, it did not shift it towards that full-fledged fight that we usually do talk about, that, okay, it was a chain reaction, the fight is going to begin from this point. No, it did not. The players are still safe, sound, and you can see they're so calm and composed after getting those revivals done, but I still see one player from Indonesia at the very northern corner. Zeta is going to be that crucial key factor that can come from the back lines and can shoot at least one player. Even if he gets one down, that's going to be absolutely enough for the rest of the team to follow, aggress, get those elimination back and forth against the rest of the Myanmar. But I do believe so. Murnet has a slight idea that there is someone into the back line as well, and that's why he is looking into the back. Romeo is also looking at the back lines toward the northern angle, so the short lines, he knows that they know that it's definitely not safe whatsoever, and the player will definitely be surrounding that area.
I mean, this is not part of the zone, so there's a need for them to settle the score now. And Indonesia will not be waiting anymore. They've already gone through inside the house, hunting down Marnet from Myanmar. So let's see what kind of action we're going to receive from Marnet. The rest of the team is a little bit far away, but they could easily provide a backup over here. But Indonesia style, I think they're going for a pitcher since one of them is going off angle.
My God. At this point, we're seeing the Novoroponoi being contested for a long bit of time. It's been 5 minutes, right? A solid 5 minutes, and not a single party. Both of them, they initiated the fight, but on the execution side, both of the party parties lacked the courage to actually push and aggress upon on the team. But finally, Indonesia, they're going to muster up the courage. They're finally going to push up. There we have it. Murnet with the shotgun's going to take 2 down, but instantly now finally he's going to be down as well as the player that's knocked out. So it's Potato's turn to go forward, get that rescue done. But in the meanwhile, that's the first elimination that they're going to have. Potato going on the rooftop for that rescue first and foremost. Whereas I want to see where Zeta and what Zeta is going to do. But there is also one player that got absolutely decimated. So both parties, they're going to lose 1-1 players. Wind, Potato, Razak together on the rooftop. We have 3 players of the team YG side. Myanmar, come on. The situation is not good as second player, third player gets absolutely decimated. It's only up to Romeo and 1897. I don't think that's going to connect. The phrase comes in and S12K marks the end of the player. Myanmar, beautifully done, beautifully executed the initialization, but the execution wise they lagged behind, and Indonesia absolutely secured all those eliminations with just the minimal casualty of 1 player.
So we don't exactly know what kind of strat we're going to see from Myanmar in the next Erangel. I mean, it's not looking too good since, this is the second game they had an early elimination without so much points in the bag here. So something obviously needs to change. So perhaps they could find another drop spot, or they have to make sure that if they're going to go for a drop clash, they should be winning that one against Indonesia if they're going to go for Novo once again. But that would, again, give a chance to both Nepal and Malaysia to keep their spots, and maybe even, for Nepal to even climb up some more.
I mean, right now, it's the consistency that they want. It's the back and forth fight that they really, really need. Whether they get those elimination or not, even if they're going to lose one of their players, securing the 4 elimination is the way to go right now. But the circle, ladies and gentlemen, it's closing on. In a short while, we will have the first circle completely closed up. But I see bridge being contested by the team Pakistan at this point in time. Bangladesh, they will have to cross that bridge because right now they're in the safe zone. But the next safe zone, it's not going to be on that military base island. So you definitely will have to move from this point onward toward the front lines, toward the main island side. And that's where the cookie is going to crumble for you, maybe. But on the side of Malaysia, we're seeing them close to the proximity of the team Pakistan as well. And the fight can definitely occur into this particular region. But first of all, let's talk about the circle, as the circle shifted hard towards the western region. Quarry, ladies and gentlemen, and all the outskirts of Quarry, the complete open areas, they're in the circle.
Oh, this is gonna be messy. I mean, the circle, the focal point is Quarry area, and you know how many layers there are in Quarry, which makes it very difficult to really have an engagement there. Being at the high ground should be a priority. So I'm not exactly sure what's going to happen next, because we still have to deal with those teams that will cross, from the military base back to the main peninsula, and those teams that will be coming from the east, traveling to west. So, we just have to expect a lot of gunfights, definitely will happen before we even get into stage 3 over here.
Oh, yeah. The gunfights will definitely occur before even the stage 3 is going to begin, or it's going to actually been made. But so far, Japan is on our screen, and there you can see Rento is absolutely looking at one of the player, but we could only see the map, the flag of the guy, not the actual player name. So it's still a mystery of who that mysterious player is that has been spotted by the side. But Pakistan holding that bridge down. Oh my God, just look at that. I'm seeing Falak on top of this bridge. And oh my God, anyone that's even going to try to cross it over, this guy is ready. This guy is ready for that action. But Nepal, ladies and gentlemen, once again, 0 elimination so far. And right now has been chased down to the hashtag at number 462 total points. This match is going to be really crucial for them to secure those crucial points for themselves and move forward. But here we go. Bangladesh after they realized that, okay, this bridge might be contested, might be right now being held up by a team, they have decided to go towards the eastern corner. And that bridge, where that one is not going to be contested, they're going to switch and rotate from that. Vietnam is also shooting at the players, getting some casualties down. Brunei. Situation is not looking good for you guys, as a one player's down. He's absolutely getting that rescue. But how long will it take for the Vietnam to actually push towards that angle?
And also for Team Pakistan, there's a reason why they haven't left that very spot, because they do have the opportunity to go up against Malaysia and even Bangladesh. Bangladesh is just about to cross, from the military base back to the main island. And as we speak, it's already happening. Team Pakistan right now engaging with Bangladesh down south, but we're not going to take our eyes away from what's happening with Brunei. As of the moment, they've already lost Valentine in the process, and now they're going up against Vietnam and even Hong Kong, China. So this is going to be a three-way battle happen. But coming off the kill feed, it's two players now from Bangladesh that's been getting a lot of damage from Pakistan. One of them already out of the game here. That's 1 point in the bag for Team Pakistan, and we'll just have to wait for some more exciting that's happening between those two teams. But again, we're going back to Vietnam as they charge up against Hong Kong, China. A lot of smokes being popped of the moment coming from the side of Hong Kong, China. Let's see what Vietnam is going to do in this situation.
The fights are finally occurring, ladies and gentlemen. The fights are finally happening at this point in time in this contestation of the circle and the radius, where everybody is going to be focusing on securing those compounds, those safe zone areas for themselves. We're seeing Hong Kong, China initiating the fight. They're getting some initial players down, but finally they're also going to receive some of the damage. The grenades are going. That's the second one down to the Hong Kong, China. No way. They were absolutely decimating this fight, but suddenly one wrong move, and that's two down. Nade elimination comes into the way on one of the player of the Hong Kong, China, and they're right now down to the very last guy, I do believe so, in this complete area, as the rest of the players, they're going to be in a different path, different angles, so you do have to really think of what you need to do and what kind of a strategy you need to play up right now, whether you want to go for the aggressive or not. But Malaysia so far on our screen, ladies and gentlemen, this is also another one of the team that is absolutely doing crazy. Thailand getting knocked out. That's a knockdown coming up. But the casualties on the hovercrafts making its way. The spray's coming. Finally, Rayan is over here, but the player is in that hovercraft. He's making sure that the player goes on the reload, and as soon as the reload is going to occur, maybe he will get out of the car, but nope, that's not going to be the case. He's going to absolutely take that hovercraft, use it as a cover, and just leave this premises unscathed.
Kalix's been very busy. So 3 points in the bag now for him, and Malaysia still doing great. In the meantime, we're looking at Nepal. Domain is currently knocked down on the ground here, but it's a good thing they were able to set up a lot of smokes here to conceal their location, to give time for them to reset and recuperate and heal each other up. And Domain definitely will be saved, at this point. But
Gladiator Chrome Polishing Agent, specially designed for you who pursue ultimate gloss. Powerful cleaning soars mirror polishing plus long-lasting protection in one quick removal.
Off the kill feed again, it's Team Pakistan having some conflict, I guess, with Bangladesh. The fight is not over just yet, but it's a switch, back and forth between these two teams, because it is happening simultaneously. Map feed, ladies and gents, we got right down there in the middle. Boys of Hong Kong, China, and a lot of cleanup that's definitely going to happen, over to the east side here. Nepal, Japan, Indonesia, and even Timor-Leste. And now the circuit had already shifted. Definitely there will be a lot of gunfights, happening from the outskirts. And the kill feed, it is already lighting up. Pakistan, Malaysia having a go at it. 2 or 1 down. 4 points in the bag here. We got Yamil, of course, making a move, and no key. I think that was it. Team Pakistan just got eliminated by, again, Malaysia.
I mean, I don't know what's going on with this team. They're going for the aggression, but the aggression is not working out for these guys whatsoever. They go for early fights, it doesn't work. They go for a late fight, that doesn't work. They hold the space, not even a single team goes out from that area, so they are just stranded over there. But now Pakistan on the hashtag number 9, they just got eliminated from this match as well. But we were talking about the fact that Japan is in the compound, they're not moving too much, and it's not the matter of fact if you want those eliminations or not. It's the fact that you need to get those eliminations at this point in time. But here we go. The grenades are coming. Chinese Taipei. Come on. Come on. Are we going to have some elimination numbers over here or not? The answer is yes. That's Chinese Taipei. They're absolutely going crazy with those sprays on the retaliation side. A while ago, they were losing their player, but now suddenly they're right now going head-to-head against the player Taipei. Fusker ready with that grenade. He's going to throw it up on the face of the players. He's going to take down one of his own player, but at the same time, that's a casualty done. That's a confirmation coming around. And the Chinese Taipei securing those elimination at the very least by taking their own player down with them.
It was, I guess, a necessary sacrifice. I mean, didn't really have that much of a choice. He already cooked the nade, and someone got inside the house, and I guess he just threw it. But anyway, getting back into the action over here, we got Malaysia getting beaten down. For this moment, Hong Kong, China, I guess, is the team that they're having an altercation with. But we're looking at Brunei over here, and they're surrounded by a lot of teams. But from the kill feed, it's still Malaysia versus Thailand, and Thailand was the first to go.
They certainly are. They definitely are over here. But, ladies and gentlemen, with 15 teams joining up into the match, now we're down to top 11. At this point in time, somebody was trying to secure that airdrop for themselves, but absolutely got decimated there. You cannot touch that airdrop whatsoever now, boy. But going forward, we are going to see some more casualties. So Paytar is the guy, in fact. I couldn't read the name before, but Paytar is the guy that was going for that airdrop, and he's not going to receive that. The airdrop is not going to grace him with that unique loot, with that premium loot. But Japan, once again, ladies and gentlemen, on our screen right now, we're seeing them take that initial, take that fight. Come on, there's also Nepal in the midst of all of this action that is going forward. But finally, Hayato coming in, taking down one player, instantly obliterating him. He's not giving him enough time to get into the safe side or get rescued. That's a knock and a confirmation straight up there. Japan has their priorities set at this point in time. They want to secure that top 5, top 3, and they will do absolutely everything necessary, whether it's holding, whether it's going completely haywire with those knock and the confirmation within that second.
Great response from Japan, shutting down domain just like that, which puts, of course, Nepal down to 3 players. But then again, they do have the momentum going for them. They now have a total of 5 points in their pockets, and now they don't want to go for that, any rush decisions or be reckless at this point. I mean, they're so close to maybe gathering as much points as they can to improve their status, but they know they will have to deal with Japan. But to rush at them, I don't think it would be the wisest of choice. So might as well make sure that you guys know exactly how you're going to handle the business here. We're looking at 10 teams remaining. Malaysia still at the top with 9 points in the bag here. Again, another chance for them to score a chicken dinner and maintain their lead. So let's see which team here is going to put a stop on them.
I mean, at this point, you just have to go, on the aggressive side. That's the only way to go at this point in time. But finally, the players pushing on. What is going on, Sri Lanka? No. You came right straight to the den of those dragons on your face, and you can see what Sri Lanka is right now facing. They're coming in close, but they're absolutely getting some shots from the back line. The sprays are coming. The one Molotov is going to be enough in that shack to eliminate the full almost team of their sides, of their names. But finally, after securing the player. That was close.
Wow.
Clock is also going to be taken down. It's a knock confirmation. Omega, beautifully done, man. Beautifully done. But that's the first elimination that you're going to have. And only 3 players are remaining. The second player comes into the play from Malaysia's side. Rayan is over here, but absolutely is going to be taken care of from third-party back angle. And that is over for the team Malaysia at this point in time. Grenades are still coming. There is Hong Kong, China in this particular location that is trying their level best with those throwables, with those utilities to get those casualties upon the players, but they're not able to get those casualties right now. They're not able to secure those casualties at this point in time. You are doing your level best. Yes, I know that, but those utilities that you're throwing, you're just wasting it at this point in time. You need to get close to the player up until the point where you can actually utilize that grenade completely straight up onto the face, like in Nepal did on Japan at this point in time. Got a knockdown. That's a Hayato's elimination coming up, but finally retaliation from Sri Lanka is also happening. Hong Kong, China is forced to retreat into the back lines.
8 teams remaining here for stage 5, ladies and gents. Hong Kong, China again, and doing extremely great. And right now, they're unleashing havoc up against, of course, Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka running out of space here. Hong Kong, China playing a lot of pressure. Obviously, they're going for the pinch here. Let's see if they can rack up some more points out of this clash. But I just know for a fact that there are other teams here just lurking, monitoring the situation. But let's see if Hong Kong, China can close this one with them being at the top. But in the meantime, Nepal, 6 points here. Also, still not done with their fight up against Japan. But let's see. Claw has been super aggressive, since day number 1 here. And Nepal's been doing great. Not just, like a good game in Sanhok. So I just know that
or to their proximity, to their opponent's proximity. One wrong move from either side, whether the opponent team or even their own self, is going to be enough to put them in a very pressurized point. In the front lines, you're seeing Indonesia ready to take that action. Hong Kong, China on the back line, they're also spraying down upon these players. The third parties that will definitely occur. Pressure's low on that HP. I don't think there's a chance that pressure is going to survive, and that's exactly what's going to happen. Pressure being knocked out. The sprays, grenades coming on the side from the Nepal all the way to the Indonesia, but no connectivity. No connectivities is happening. Yeah, the connectivities are coming, but not enough for the knockouts to occur. The knockouts are not coming, but finally, that grenade from Indonesia is going to take down another one of the players. So it's Claw in this area, a solo surviving in this fight, and he's going to be taken down. And with this, it's all over. Indonesia securing those eliminations, those 3 eliminations for their side. Nepal out of the game.
Oof, oh man, that we did not expect to happen, but it's okay. If before they exited the game, they were able to score a lot. So again, they just have to focus on being the first chicken dinner here. Monkey, but I'm still waiting for the confirmation. But Indonesia's opportunity here. They're expressing all their intentions this time, so better stay away.
This area because my God, player, but nope. Okay, there is a player into that proxy full of that particular
There are voices. But I only listen to mine.
like this with the sprays and everything. But on the other side, this team is as well as Indonesia is take the fight with the players, but the back.
Great, from the previous round. Just because they were doing great. And in Erangel, elimination points that were also dinner. So we're looking at, and I gotta admit, looking for maybe in
this is the time to from this point in time. China, they have their eyes set. Not only they went very aggressive, even 13 elimination with a winner. China is going to secure match number next. Than 2 more Miramar. Before this match, before the winner, good, they were. This match is going to give them that they might.
and that's how you play the teams here. And good, like dark into this tournament. I feel Hong Kong, China right now table here. This definitely one really expect to have a almost used in this match is to 220 there. But as for the airdrops that got those players that are
only 87-meter, what I call in Erangel. Finally, we're seeing the teams that throwables and the utility numbers as well. It's amazing. The team Malaysia 1,340 damage compared with 6 assists and 9 knockouts. Malaysia, they have. That's only 1 point that they're gonna have. Every other department, Hong Kong, China has got.
Yeah, for this time, and 32 games. But it's a good thing because, again, top spot, for Malaysia to get to here. Hong Kong, China out their presence and their chest right now, like.
Oh yeah, that right now that do not to get those elimination numbers. Ahead with that being the rest of the teams got. We already got secure those 10 elimination numbers. Released into the match ranking. Rest of the teams, I want to see at the end of. They should secure their double digits point. Had double digits. Are there with just 1, 2 into this match ranking, but is definitely going to change so much. What the between the number 1, I think this team spot there is that okay they might not points 7 points third placement, fourth placement, like then 15 for well, beautifully done. 10 elimination, 5 placement, even a single placement point.
Yep. And a gap between the Myanmar and Myanmar can still turn the tide. But again, it wasn't really games. Really strong, and again, like what kind of performance. First match, will for Bangladesh, no place. That we step into the second during the first Erangel that did really here or to come back or and as for the overall 7 points, and when it comes to the second and being the dark horse now again dropped 4 points, close to a reshuffle happened from top 1.
Myanmar, they were matches. First match, the second spot and go straight. Wrong. Something is wrong. Again, they have to step up and into the action, but Bangladesh outside. We are seeing like 9. We have a on the hashtag number 8 now. Bhutan, Chinese Taipei to number 16, 9 and 4 points. Has broken that finally onto the double-digit point. They have to do halfway of the day number 2 as well.
I want to put it out there that situation they are still doing. So again, I just want to say thing goes out okay.
Agreed. That has came to a conclusion. Match. In fact, second. About to go to a very short.
Hi guys, we're talking about like which ocean a qualifier. So World Championship, Torix will be taking Caster's task. How are you, sir?
It's giving me the. This is something that I can fix with hair, but yeah, it's super duper tough.
But not the. They started off really that same Myanmar, you know. They need to step up because Malaysia. It's okay. I mean, like, so far they have been put. And since we're talking about 4
Games to determine who will be tight. Arguably, it's looking at the rise of some of the did fairly well too. There is a chance that
oh, that is for sure. And the dark horse expect Hong Kong, China. I mean, Hong Kong, China.
no disrespect. Teams like with here, and so far they are in 4 games. So also say that teams that are up,
Especially Myanmar. Myanmar, they really have their momentum just yet. An interesting to the second Erangel. In Erangel, they scored that. Obviously, is Myanmar's passive for the first few rounds.
Myanmar, right? Like unnecessary fights at this point. Quote unquote danger zone. I guess that is just necessarily and just play here as we head on to our
Aura farming
oh wow.
to the match room. No, just kidding, guys. Enter the game with a clear head. You have just, I mean, you have or completely match. Now, this is outbound. We wonder if we're going to see. It was Myanmar. Remember it correctly, they went up against another team here in Bangladesh. For everyone. I think
Base me to the base circle. So it will be great because
oh my god. Tongue.
Go to Milta, but Sri Lanka, they have to.
And you got 31 over here, just right behind. Aggression was there to big trouble as he is now doing this situation.
Two players, surely they against the two players of Vietnam. Has been eliminated. It's from Sri Lanka. In about
Right, Fabs is a nade, but very low in HP. But Fabs is inside. Vega couldn't seem to find a but we can see a minor for the situation. Suffered some losses here, Sir Cloud.
happening elsewhere, including Team Iran, but we're going to focus on is actually one of the furthest side on what's going to happen soon.
Ooh.
To rush in, and he got tapped.
Hey, I mean, Sri Lanka. Whoa, over here. Vietnam again. Point here. Seems very good since each one here. But only two members could be.
Yeah, considering the position at him on the rooftop here for Sri Lanka is position.
Oh,
From Tuan be eliminated.
heard the name Destro. Oh.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
you're right. I wonder if he knows what the GI. Oh,
Let's not ask GI Joe, but if getting back into the action again, they are still doing a and contest them, for now. But to do a massive spread, I'm not even sure if they're going to take. So perhaps they're going to take.
looking for his next target though, but they're the teammates now. Leste and Timor-Leste.
Oh yeah. Down looking for champagne. One very close. Actually catch them. Prone. Trigger. I'll go for a charge. So how to crash this compound.
And before they actually make the big moves to get into the mid side, but it's fine. I mean, it's easy. But coming back onto the fight, look.
And that circle is a very deadly one because it's completely out in the open.
Ooh.
It's a Zeta succumbing to the blue.
Nepal ready to take that action once again. You can
Still, to come up.
Champagne on the other side, very low on health, but 90-degree. Somehow he managed to blow up the vehicle. Champagne down on his knees within the blue. It's definitely not good news, but both sides still not letting go of each other. We're already at stage 2.
Oh, yeah. That's how tight the competition is, ladies and gents. Okay, Timor-Leste, they do have their sights onto the boys of Bangladesh, but nine, oh, that was a great spot right there, taking down 55k, and Timor-Leste has been getting a lot of damage left and right, front and center. Bangladesh wins the fight easy as that.
And Timor-Leste, again, one of the earlier teams to be eliminated. Unfortunately, they'll be rooted at number 15 for now. Well, nowhere else to look but forward on to the next round, I guess. As for Nepal, they're trying to stop Thailand from moving up north. Did the circle just shift up north? That's why Thailand went towards military base or went towards Milta? Oh,
Yeah.
yes, it did.
It did. Oh, but we got again 20% water over here. That's definitely going to turn red. But in the meantime, Nepal. Okay, this is I can say a good spot. I mean, he could potentially do a lot of let's say not gatekeeping per se, but since this is quite a choke point, for Nepal, I feel like there will be teams that will definitely be within their line of sight.
And here's Nepal. They're going to play the gatekeeping role still against Thailand. But the good news is that there's still a little bit of circle there, so Thailand can still hold their ground. It's still all right. But I wonder if any team will come from behind to try to take the spot where Nepal is. But last we checked this kind of circle, I don't think it's truly worth it to push it. So Nepal should still remain here for a while. Let's see what will happen here with Team Indonesia. Coming a little bit later from the left side to the inner side of the circle. I don't think they will be challenged. I don't see another team truly playing the gatekeeping role by the rim of the circle.
Exactly. They haven't scored any points just yet. Probably they're focusing on rotations. Or maybe they thought about, hey, maybe we could slow down for a while. There's really no pressure for us to be super aggressive for the second Erangel. But perhaps, the objective didn't change at all for Indonesia. They're still going to go for that chicken dinner. But we've got plenty of teams still with a complete squad. So it is good.
Different survivability as compared to the round before. Hopefully they'll be able to survive even longer this time. Now circle time, and still a lot of water in this circle. Okay, although it's not a military based circle, but this kind of circle is still very challenging because of the amount of water. The playable land is so little in this sort of circle.
It's ridiculous, and we love ridiculous. Oh, Pakistan now making some action up against Malaysia. We can see Noki just doing a massive spray, and it was able to put down Rayan. But let's see if Pakistan can actually follow through in this situation. Right now, Pakistan's making it difficult, for Malaysia to go for that pickup. And rightfully so, because they've already set the momentum over here. They have the advantage, and they're backing them in a corner here.
Here's the airdrop, free to be taken by Team Hong Kong China. And they're around the area of farm. Don't seem to be any other team that's able to challenge them in their current position. So they should be okay for now, as long as they can gather information. Pakistan took out Smile. Oh man.
No.
Myanmar will lose one of their star players.
Oh no, again, Myanmar. Okay. Man, I can already feel the pressure, for the side of Myanmar. Again, this is the last day for the qualifiers, and they are at number 3, so it's not looking too good. I mean, if they experience another early elimination from this round, I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen with Myanmar.
Yeah, and plus, right now, as of now, the live score, Myanmar is at number 4, so they've been booted out of the top 3. Bangladesh will take away their spot with the 4 eliminations that they have collected so far. And that was out of Timor-Leste. Noki eliminated by Kenji from Japan as they arrive around the high ground just by the rim of the circle. Now Pakistan, they have to relocate themselves. They cannot stay at the same spot.
Yeah, it's a vulnerable position. I mean, obviously they are so eager to flush out Malaysia, from that warehouse, and that is an opportunity, for Japan to score a point, and they automatically grabbed for it. And now Pakistan needs to prepare themselves, because this is going to be a 3-way battle now, Sir Cloud. It's Pakistan, Japan, and Malaysia all together in one spot.
Ooh, everybody wants that sweet spot in the middle of the circle. And here comes Japan into the warehouse. Japan. At some point, they were the country that made famous the DBS gameplay. And now every other team is following the same meta. But let's see if Malaysia can respond to this. They'll be playing without Ryan, though. Fortunately, Ryan has been eliminated. So now it's between Shamil, Adeluk, and Kasim to try to defend the ground against Japan. But is Japan truly pushing it? Not really yet. I guess they want to find a advantage. But looks like they might, though. Kenji now at the forefront.
Oh, yeah. And he's been getting the information as well. He knows that Malaysia is stepping away from this flight. That's why they're eager to push here. But I don't exactly know what the game plan is going to be. But we do see Malaysia trying to do a massive counter up against Japan. But the aggression, coming from Japan is on another level here. 5 points now in the bag. And they're looking to eliminate Malaysia. Coming off the kill feed, however, again, Team Pakistan suffered a loss here. But from another team, I think that was Bhutan.
And Bhutan has been eliminated. Only managed to get one elimination point this time. And
Maybe
Japan,
Brunei.
they choose to push forward. Okay, they got Falah. And now Pakistan only has 2 players left. So Japan pocketing another point. They want to gain as many points as possible. They want to revive their hopes and dreams of being in the top 3.
Yeah. Man, I guess it was just an unfortunate situation for Pakistan. I mean, they're so focused on getting Malaysia, and they got caught in between, like Japan stepping into the mix here. And that gave another opportunity for other teams to shut them down, and another opportunity here for Japan to take a point. So I guess they will have to reposition themselves if they want to stay in the game. Stage 4, we're down to 11 teams remaining. We got, of course, Malaysia and Japan still going head-to-head here. But from the kill feed, it's Zeta succumbing to the Blue Reaper.
But who will feel the wrath of the Blue Reaper within this fight? Still, Japan and Malaysia not letting go of each other, with Pakistan on the northern side waiting to see what's going to happen next. And like what you said, Zeta down by the blue. Kenji from the side found Shamils, knocking him down. The big boy is currently down. Now they look. The Terminator, can he actually pull this one off? A 1v2 fight here against Japan, but he's really low. He gets one on the left side. And one more behind him. He chases. He scores. Only one more to go for Ade Luke. Is he going to go for it? But he does have his teammate Kasim together with him.
Look, doing some business over here, dropping some bodies from the side of Japan here. He's doing his best to defend the team, and, well, he is delivering. Now, here comes K-Look again, cooking up that nade, charging up against Rito, and let's see if he's going to go for that aggression play. But right now, we're seeing him step away for a moment because, well, the blue zone is already there, and he's going to let that Blue Ripper do its job to push out Rinto from this situation.
So, now pressure by the blue. Adelu has him cornered. Here comes Kasim with the follow-up, and they will make sure this point still goes to Team Malaysia. 5 elimination points now for Team Malaysia, and Team Japan have been eliminated at number 11.
Oh man, that was a crazy exchange nonetheless. Now, Myanmar surprisingly was able to survive, and now we're looking at 3 points in the bag here. They could potentially shut down Malaysia, from this angle, since they know that a couple of players survive and they will have to leave that warehouse, and so they're just right there. They're going to wait for them to step out, and they're going to retaliate. Now, speaking of retaliation, we also got some boys, from Hong Kong, China getting picked off. But we're going to look at them in just a while because we're looking at the map and how the teams are actually situated. Again, we don't really have that much playing land. Bangladesh is still outside. Same thing goes with Myanmar and Malaysia. But as for Vietnam, they're holding on to a compound over here. So probably they have the advantage of scoring some points.
Let's see who will get the advantage of scoring more points here. Maybe Hong Kong, China. But then again, aimbot is now down. It's only one player left for Hong Kong, China against Nepal. And he has to win this one to maintain that number 2 spot at least. Because the competition is really tight with Bangladesh scoring elimination points. But Nepal, they want to go for the 3rd place as well at least. So they will be glad to gain this elimination point out of Hong Kong, China.
And look at that. Rex stepping up, cooking up an aid here. Let the boy cook. It's an exchange of gifts. Okay, that was a good one, but not enough to put down a player. Here comes the second one. Killfit, however, Say Cloud just got shut down by Starboy this time of Brunei.
Oh, from the side. Myanmar totally didn't expect this one. Mernat eliminated by Starboy. And looks like the final player of Hong Kong, China just got eliminated by Nepal. Oh, man. The competition is really tight now. With the fact that Myanmar, they only have one player left. Nepal, they're bringing in the elimination points. Same goes for Bangladesh. Same goes for Vietnam as well. I mean, at this point, I still don't know who will be in the top 3.
Yeah. You and I both, Sir Cloud. But anyway, from the Killfit, it's Nepal and Thailand still going at it. Indonesia right now still trying to flush them out. There's a lot of battles happening from this area alone. And I don't know what Razak is actually doing, but they could easily, just throw a lot of nades onto Thailand to get those points, because, I mean, they're staying together in just one spot here. And one molly, one nade could rule them all. But Potato, with a massive aim there, eliminating the last player of Pakistan. So we now have 7 teams remaining.
And for Team Indonesia, only 2 players. And they are just right in front of Team Thailand. And Team Thailand, by the rim of the circle, they should still have space to play with. So they're not really forced to move yet. But the moment they step out, they will meet with Team Indonesia. I kind of think that they know that Team Indonesia is there. But we'll check back on them later, because right now on the left side, Team Brunei Darussalam, still a full healthy squad on the left side of the circle, entering unchallenged, but that might change in about 20 seconds.
Yep. Okay, here we go. Oh man, this is a great situation, I can say. But Brunei, this is a power position. If they can hold on to that compound, for long, if they can really set up a very good defense here, then they're going to be safe. But as for Thailand and Indonesia, I mean, they need to settle the score. And just look at that. They continue to be favored by the zone. Brunei has a chance to dominate.
Okay. It's a power position right now for Team Brunei. With the compound, middle of the circle. I mean, what else can you ask for, right? But now the bigger question will be, between Team Indonesia and Team Thailand, who is going to get out alive?
Cue in the suspense music. All right, so Thailand has been throwing some Molotov and nades as well up against Indonesia. I mean, it's hard to take down a player without actually seeing them, so I don't exactly know what's going on between these 2 teams. But I think Thailand is getting ready to reposition themselves as well. I mean, the blue zone is about to devour them, so there's a need for them to actually change spots here. But Vietnam, one of them is currently knocked down on the ground, and Nikki did not waste the opportunity, of course, to rain hellfire up against the opposition, but it did not connect.
Here comes the crash in here by Team Nepal onto Team Vietnam. Precious spraying from the other side with the DBS, and he will get this target. One down, but Tuan, he fights back though. Can they actually pull off a defense here? Boity from the outer side. Now with the DBS on his own. Very clutchable weapon, and he will pull off that big clutch against Team Nepal.
Wow, that was a great execution right there. Coming from Vietnam, the way that they got those points from Nepal, they sent them back to the lobby without hesitation at all, which brings us down to 4 teams remaining here, ladies and gents. And Hitman, living up to his name, he was able to take down Boydie with a nade.
Oh, down to the top 3 teams, ladies and gentlemen, and Myanmar made it into the top 3. But they only have 1 active player, so I don't know about his chances of scoring the chicken dinner. It's definitely going to be between Team Bangladesh and Team Brunei Darussalam, unless a miracle can happen. And it's Romeo, the final player of Team Myanmar. By the edge of the circle, he still has this warehouse that he can hold for the stage. But in stage 7, likely he won't get the circle.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to get a circle this time. But there's really a big space still, for 3 teams here. So this is a Mexican standoff happening right now at stage 6 of the Erangel with 45 seconds on the clock before we move into the next zone. And, for Romeo, I feel like he's just really praying, to the PUBG gods that he doesn't get spotted at all. But we do see a player just trying to do a little bit of that tap and fire against that small shack. So I guess they kind of know that Romeo is inside. So let's just see who will be getting that point. Is it going to be Bangladesh or is it going to be Brunei?
Oh man, it's kind of 50-50. But Brunei earlier, they had the power position of that compound in the middle of the circle. But now they changed their strategy to open up the space instead. So they don't want to play it too passively inside the compound, which is fine, because there's also a chance that they will get the next phase of the circle. And if they do, they have the circle control. And now the pressure is onto Team Bangladesh and also Romeo, the final player of Team Myanmar. Just look at this circle. This circle is ridiculously good for Team Brunei.
I know, right? I mean, they are being favored right now. And all they need to do is just really be patient here, Sir Cloud. I mean, let their enemies come at them instead, because they don't really have to feel any pressure at all. I mean, they already have the chicken dinner in the bag here. So we'll just have to be, I guess, tune in, at what Bangladesh is going to do in this situation. They still have the numbers, though, so they could still turn the table.
Well, let's see, right? It will depend on what sort of advantage they can get. But right now, I don't know. I hardly can see that Team Brunei is going to drop the ball. But the one that's going to be dropped is going to be somebody from Team Bangladesh. Hitman, point stolen away by Romeo.
Oh, yeah. But just look at the situation here, Sir Cloud. I mean, Bangladesh losing some players, and now they're going head-to-head with Brunei. So we don't exactly know what kind of outcome, we'll be seeing out of these 2 teams. But that could be the chance. Okay, forget I said anything. I was trying to build to the plot here. Okay, Myanmar already out, so we're down to 2 teams remaining competing for that chicken dinner. It's Brunei versus Bangladesh.
And Team Brunei, they do have a full squad still against the 3 players of Team Bangladesh. And they have the numbers. 1 down. Oh, it's wrong. Traded back as well. Right now, it's going to be a 2v3 situation. Still within the compound. As Timo, he knows that somebody is right in front of him, cooking up this nade. But they are on the other side. His nade will not connect at all. Starboy, position compromise. But at least he still has the circle. Valentine goes down to the molly of 90 degrees.
All right, here we go. Starboy knows that Curse is picking up his teammate here. I do wonder if Steel has enough nades, to take them down. I don't think so. He's holding on to a micro Uzi over here, and I feel like he's going to get close. Curse with a number under his name. 7 points now for Bangladesh, and it seems to me like Bangladesh might be winning the fight, but then again, Degree got shut down. So, oh man, is this going to be a mano-a-mano event, 1v1 situation for both of the teams? What we can see on the screen here, both of the teams trying to go for the reset, trying to go for that revive. Who's going to be the first one to take the shot?
Okay. Both sides should be able to reset. But here comes the molly by Curse. The molly will not connect. Now they are rushing in. Both sides able to heal up as well. Timo with an M4, Skyle on the Starboy. 90 degree together with Curse. Curse with the S12K, a very clutchable weapon. 90 degree. with the QBZ. Timo goes up to the second floor with a micro Uzi in hand. Now both sides trying to open up as much space as possible. It's going to be a mano a mano between Starboy and 90 Degree. Gets him!
Oh man, this is getting spicy, intense fights, between these two teams, and that's what we like. Degree has been picked up. He already has a total of 3 points in the bag now. And, Brunei, Bangladesh is the same thing. Nobody wants to give way here. I mean, they're so close to getting that winner chicken dinner, they could probably taste it already. But this is a 2v2 situation, ladies and gents. It's a fair fight. It's a 50-50% chance, for both of the teams here to win.
Ooh, it's a one-on-one right now.
Oh!
Timo and 90 Degree. Is it a 1-1?
Oh.
No, it's a 1-on-2. So Timo has put up
1-on-2?
this clutch here. It's going to be quite a tall order, but nothing is impossible. I mean, these players are country representatives. They surely know how to deal with this sort of pressure, with this sort of situation. But still, both sides, because of that, very respectful. We don't see Team Bangladesh truly rushing in, even though they have the numbers.
Yeah, again, I mean, at this point, you don't want to go for any rush decisions so far. I mean, we're talking about the last surviving member of Brunei, Timo. So Bangladesh, they know that they have the advantage here. And they're just waiting, step out, we're outside, give it up.
But I can understand why they're doing this, right? Because the blue is right behind Timo. So the pressure is on him to move forward. So the two players of Bangladesh, all they need to do is just wait for now. 90 cooking up this nade, going for a short toss. Lobs it across onto Timo. No damage on Timo at all. Timo still survives, but look at the blue behind him. Timo, he has nowhere to go. I wonder if you consider denying away the point.
That was an early nade from Bangladesh, but let's see if Degree can get him this time around. Timo, I guess, will be switching side here. I mean, he did pop a smoke there, but I don't think he's going to exit that way. I mean, the pressure is on. Time is ticking. The Blue Reaper is already there, getting ready to join into the fight as well. And Bangladesh, all they need to do is just apply a lot of pressure onto Timo. But if Timo can actually shut down at least one of them, he could probably have a chance here. But this is 80%, Bangladesh.
Yeah, because they have the numbers, right? But you got to give it to Timo. He's still holding it up. The blue's still behind him. And this time we're at stage 9 and it will close entirely. Just look at the blue. It will force him to come out. Okay, the moment he steps out, Team Bangladesh will be able to shoot him down. Unless he gets an advantage first. But here comes 90 Degree from the side with SLK and he will finish up the job. Winner, winner, chicken dinner goes to Team Bangladesh.
There you go, Bangladesh just really flexing their muscles at the moment. And, I've been saying this, that I love what I'm seeing coming from Bangladesh here, Sir Cloud. They have been super aggressive and quite consistent, I can say, since day number 1. And they were able to bring it back here, for day 2, for the final 6 matches here. And again, with the chicken dinner, this is the cherry on top we're talking about.
Yeah, and because of this chicken dinner, there is a chance that Team Bangladesh could be in the top 3. So it's now intriguing to see who might be up there. But we'll look at the numbers later because right now, we're going to go through the stats. 10 elimination points for Team Bangladesh. So that's 20 points collected by them in this round. So I am pretty confident that they're in the top 3.
Ooh, which makes things even more spicy. Okay, so I'm happy because there's a lot of teams really stepping up their gameplay, expressing, of course, all intentions to get to the top 3, to get that golden ticket, to get to the grand final. So, in the remaining matches, we are really expecting, quite a bloodbath. Something like a carnage happening, with the remaining matches. But in the meantime, let's appreciate, the performance of Bangladesh over here. Elimination points, it's a 90 degrees, okay. 4 elimination points in total, cursed with 1. We got 9 here, or 69 with 1 elimination points as well. Hitman with 4. And I did see, Hitman doing, quite a wonderful job. He's been really doing his best, for Bangladesh.
Oh yeah, he showed up a lot on our screen. And true enough, like he scored 4 elimination points, so that's the return that he brought back to his team. So great work. I can say that every player inside of Team Bangladesh, they're truly stepping it up today. And because of that, I'm sure they will be awarded the top 3. Well, as of now, that is, as of now, because we have 3 more games to go, so anything can happen. And looking over at some of the match summary stats, pretty standard, I must say. Even like the global use, 151, 2 airdrops looted with an okay kind of circle. So yeah, nothing out of the ordinary, I must say, when it comes to these stats though. But what we want to see is the match ranking, so that's number 1, and also the overall rankings. I'm sure all the fans will be anticipating the points now to know where their team stand.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they would want to get that validation since most of you are really keeping their tabs on their favorite teams, just really jotting down the point system. So I just know that you guys already know if like a team already manages to take a spot in the top 3. But I guess it's safe to say that with the kind of performance that we've seen from Bangladesh, it's not like far from reality that they've already taken a spot in the top 3. Before we started this game, they were at top 4, and considering the situation that they bagged like over 20 points here, I guess they were able to secure a spot at the podium.
Yep. So 20 points, like what you mentioned here for Bangladesh. So the nearest comparison that we had earlier on was Team Myanmar. They were at number 3 and Bangladesh was at number 5. So Myanmar with 10 points, Bangladesh with 20. Surely it's enough for them to overtake Team Myanmar. As for Nepal, they were also one of the closest contenders. So 7 points this round. I don't think it will be enough for them to be in top 3. They could be at top 4. So that's something that we need to keep an eye on later on. As for Team Malaysia, I mean, they're quite solid at the number 1 spot, and with the 5 elimination points and the 5 points that they've collected in this round, I think they should be okay still at the throne.
Yeah, I mean, for Malaysia, yes. Just doing the math here, ladies and gents. Hopefully you can join us down there in the comment section. But I just know everyone's happy with the win, from Bangladesh. I mean, you guys are like a big fandom down there in the comment section. I keep seeing a lot of flags, which is amazing. So for the other teams, for the other fandoms out there, please do spam the comment section with your flags. We would love to see just how many of you guys are there, supporting your favorite teams. And now we are just waiting, for the overall rankings to be shown on the screen here, so that we could confirm, all of the numbers that we did so far in our heads. And there you go, ladies and gents. Bangladesh took the 2nd spot here. But Malaysia already crossed, the triple-digit score, already at 102. Bangladesh with 90 points. Hong Kong, China now at 87. So Myanmar dropped again. Another rank here. They need to catch up.
Oh, yeah. But the good news for them is that they're only 3 points behind Hong Kong, China. So there's still a chance. I would say the same for Team Nepal. Well, we have 3 more games, right? So Team Vietnam can still do it. Team Indonesia, if they can come up big. Brunei, if they can come up big as well, they can do it. Thailand needs like 3 big games in order to do it. So yeah, same goes for Japan and Pakistan. Thailand, Japan, Pakistan, will put them in the same bracket. But the next round, we'll see what happens here for the teams above them. If they're able to perform, then the last 2 games will still give them a bit of hope to be in the top 3.
Yeah, it's a little unusual for me, though, to see Pakistan at the bottom half section of the leaderboard. We've always known that this boys, they're a big name right now in the Pakistani community. So I'm not quite sure why they are at the bottom of or like a part of the bottom half section of the leaderboard. So perhaps something can change, since we're dropping to our last Erangel. Then there's going to be 2 Miramars before we, know just who will proceed to the grand finals. But this performance coming from Falak and the rest of the crew is a big question mark, at least for me. But anyway, more of the action, ladies and gents. Sir Cloud and Red Queen will be right back after a short break, so don't go away.
And all of a sudden, like the teams closest to them, like 2nd to maybe 4th or 5th place, all of them starts to perform, then maybe Malaysia might be booted out. But with the points that they have collected so far, I honestly...
They're now sitting at 2nd place here. appreciate, the aggressive plays and clutch, and especially Hitman, the rotations, at least, from day one and day number two, definitely turned heads, all day. And in a surprise twist, also, the dark horses, Hong Kong, China has surged into the third spot, proving that, the late game momentum can rewrite the script, and that's exactly what they're doing.
Oh yeah, I know, right? That's where it's starting to be exciting, right? Like that, maybe second and third place is still open right now. It could be anyone. It could be like, I don't know, Hong Kong, China, maybe Myanmar might make a bounce back, maybe it's Bangladesh, or maybe a surprise from Team Indonesia to all of us. Make it insane. But interesting enough, for the last Erangel that we saw, nobody dropped inside the database. That means that every team, they changed their strategy, or most of the teams at least, they changed their strategy. But because of the change, that's why we saw some early fights, for example, inside of Severny. So if that continues to happen,
find your stay with a Goda. Fly away with a Goda. Have fun every day with a Goda.
A lot of teams will really go for that aggression gameplay. After all, they need all those points, especially with the situation up top. Malaysia still at the number one spot here, dethroning Myanmar. So I feel like Myanmar is not going to let this pass. Not going to let this happen. They came so close to really reigning supreme here in the tournament. So I mean, if you came that close, then I don't think you will give the top spot so easy to another team over here. And Hong Kong, China, they now set up a very good momentum for them in terms of elimination points and also the placement points. They have been doing it right from the get go. So I feel like they still have something up their sleeves here. So there's a lot of I feel like clashes that's definitely going to happen for the final Erangel.
And that's what we want to see, right? Action from the get go. So this is where we'll start to see where they will drop. So I'm looking at around Gatka. We do have Chinese Taipei moving towards the northern direction, overlapping with a few other teams. So there could be a chance we might see an early fight around the area. Interesting enough for Team Myanmar, they drop around the Gatka mountain, or the foot of Gatka mountain. And that's where Team Chinese Taipei, they're heading towards that direction, and it could pose a challenge to Team Myanmar.
Yeah. Yeah, that could be the case. Oh. All right. So it's going to be a long travel for the boys of Bangladesh, however, because, well, they chose to drop in the military base. But yeah, there's no team that would contest them in that very spot. But there is contention happening from inside the zone. Vietnam versus Sri Lanka.
Oh, round number 2, it seems. They fought each other before, but this time it's a tussle for a vehicle. And it looks like Team Vietnam, they won it. Okay, it's a buggy, so legally you can only have 2 players on it, but they found a way to have 4. Why not?
Auto farming.
Yeah. It's hard to carry all 4.
Yeah. I mean, I love that. They're still trying to, what just happened? Okay. Dealer 31 obviously did not waste that opportunity to score a point. I mean, someone's out there without any weapon whatsoever, without any backup, without any teammates. So might as well get the job done. As for Myanmar, could be an early engagement once again, but can they make it out alive this time?
Okay, second time spray, but long range with micro Uzi. Oh, however, mine got 1. Okay, at least they got 1. Because right now, Team Myanmar, they could use all the points they could get to get back into the top 3. As for Vietnam, they started off well with the 2 eliminations, but now they have to play the rest of the round with only 3 players after one of their players fell to the hands of Myanmar.
Yeah, and also it's going to be tough, for Sri Lanka since they're down to just 2. I mean, both of the teams didn't want to start their games like this, so I guess, both decided, hey, it's not time to fight, just, live to fight another day. We're just at stage 1 here, but it's a different story for Master Smile, with an M249. He shuts down Emperor.
From that range? Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, gotta give it to him. I mean, it's Smile, the Mr. MVP for Team Myanmar, pulling off all the tricks in his pocket. Now, Team Myanmar, they should have a good start. And not only that, they're somewhere in the middle of the circle, so it's pretty much a perfect spot for Team Myanmar now.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, this position, they're surrounded by a lot of teams here, so they could, of course, get a lot of points, out of the situation. But then again, it's such a big risk here, Sir Cloud. I mean, if they win a fight, it's good for them. But if they lose, that could push them further down the ranks.
Yeah, it's like how you see a cup full of water, right? Whether it's half full or half empty. Like you have other teams around you. Yeah, it's cool. For Myanmar right now, yeah, they do need points, but are they overly desperate for it? Probably not. So maybe they might be looking at this as a cup half empty sort of scenario.
Yeah, whatever the situation may be, I hope the odds are in your favor. But Myanmar, I mean, 2 points in the back here. I guess for now, they should wait it out. Get to the latter stages of the match and probably that's the best time for them to score some points. But being too aggressive, okay, maybe it's a different story. For Myanmar, and they're unstoppable at this point, and they continue to rack up some more. So I guess Myanmar will be stepping on the gas here, up until the end of the match.
Yeah, it looks like they're as hungry as I am right now. Just looking for eliminations. I mean, you have like 2 players driving by, you see a target, you chase him down. And you gain that elimination point just like that. It just shows the level of we want points that they have right now. And true enough, they should. because of that, as of now, the live score, we welcome back Team Myanmar to the top 3.
Oh yeah. Okay, here we go. Now we're talking. Now we're talking. But if we're gonna be comparing, right, Sir Cloud? I mean, Asia A. We have lesser teams, but we see a lot of drop clash happen. But it's a different story here for Asia B, right? I mean, we have more teams, but the drop clashes, it's lesser.
Yeah, I guess that's the level of maybe homework, or not even homework. Maybe it's because they have met each other before, like in international lobby, so they're so used to each other. So they kind of know, like, okay, that's your play style, that's your regular drop spot. So they can kind of use that information to decide on whether they want to go head on with a team. So maybe that's why we don't see as many drop clashes as compared to like teams in Group A. Like even while they're doing this rotation right now, we don't truly see like a bump when they all rotate.
Yeah, but there are 4 teams flocking the same area down south. I mean, Brunei is there around Pubg area, even Team Pakistan as well, and even, you know, Malaysia, if I'm not mistaken. So maybe they could find each other and decide that it's now time to battle it out. But I mean, considering the number of teams still outside the zone here, I mean, Bangladesh is still trying to make their way, you know, from the military base back to the main peninsula. So let's see what's going to happen. But Pakistan, right now, we didn't anticipate this to happen because they're so close to one another. They were able to bag a point here, and well, it's not just a point here. They were able to get a key player from Malaysia.
And in fact, 2 of them, Jamil and Adiluk. So now only 2 players left. But honestly speaking, with the points that they have collected, I'm not too worried about Team Malaysia for this round. At least whatever happens this round, they will still be in the top 3 because of the gap that they have already created for themselves at the number 1 spot. So that comfort, that cushion, they can pretty much do anything this round and they'll still be fine.
Yeah, that's the beauty of having a significant lead compared to the other teams, right? I mean, it's not gonna, you're not gonna get a dent whatsoever. It's not gonna take a toll on you, just in case you make, you know, some mistakes inside the game. But speaking of mistakes, Timor-Leste, I feel like they made a mistake because one of their players got picked up. Hong Kong, China, okay, they also have one elimination point here, got close to Thailand, but I guess no team is actually interested to get into fire except for Timor-Leste, who is holding onto a compound here. But are they going to crash this one to get those points?
Ooh, we'll find out real soon. It looks like the answer is yes from Hong Kong, China. They're going in for it. They know that they need the points to be in the top 3. They start off the fight here. The moment they get into the compound, they get a knockdown, get an elimination. 2 elimination points now for Hong Kong, China. And there's still more for them to collect. Dizzy on the other side, surrounded by the players of Hong Kong, China. And there goes the final player of Timor-Leste, Hong Kong, China. Back at number
Nepal versus Pakistan going on somewhere, another part of Erangel. And I believe, you know, for Team Pakistan, a player got picked off, so sent back to the lobby here. We also got Brunei having an altercation. Nepal seems to be winning the fight because Falak is still down on the ground.
Oh. And right now, Pakistan, 3 players. And on screen right now, Claw down on the ground thanks to D24. Here comes Precious. Is he going to go and save his teammate? Or is he going to leave this one? Looks like he will take the fight against D24. Because he knows it's not only him. Here comes the main as well, making it a 2v1. But T24, did they just receive damage from his own nade? I believe he did though. Hopefully that's not too detrimental to his progress here, as nades will reset across onto T24, and T24 unfortunately naded himself.
Yeah, nade overcook. Oh man, that wasn't good. That wasn't good. Oh man, but maybe the pressure, you know, just wasn't able to let him go. But Team Pakistan is still alive. We still got 2 more players here, and they are having a fight up against Bhutan. Unfortunately, Pakistan got caught off guard. He wasn't expecting Hades will be there, and he is paying for it dearly.
When Hades now showing up on the other side, putting pressure back onto Team Nepal. Not enough that the pressure from the blue is on top of these teams. And we do see a rotation by Falak. Okay, Falak, final player for Team Pakistan, now getting away to safety. He's not going to stay here any longer, especially with the smoked up vehicle. Running a bit of a risk here. Oh no, flipped up vehicle. Oh no, I wonder if he will be able to survive.
Yeah, he's safe, ladies and gents. Don't you worry about it. But 14 teams at stage 2, and Falak, just look at the guy here with an angry spray. He was driving, switched to the passenger side to shut down a player from Bhutan. What a move! Unfortunately, though, Caesar, great follow through. He was able to put down Falak, and now he has a chance to pick up his teammate. So, good luck. Next game for Team Pakistan.
Yeah, Japan will be back up again. Oh, okay. I thought we saw another road rage, but no.
Did the car get scratched? Scratches on roadside parking? Don't rush to spray paint. MCPP auto.
Yeah, Team Chinese Taipei taking their own compounds. Domain just got 693 from Team Bangladesh elsewhere. I believe this fight is happening on the outside of North Jogopur, somewhere out in the open. And 693 eliminated by Domain. That's going to be another point for Team Nepal.
Mm-hmm. Whew, okay, so everyone's taking their time with the rotation. Hong Kong, China still with the information gameplay. They are monitoring the situation as the boys of Nepal actually left the compound. But now Hong Kong, China obviously needs to move because, well, they will be devoured by the blue zone over here. So they need to get to the next location, but not if aimbot is, of course, sending the invitation to Hong Kong, China, or to another team here to join the fight. But I don't think that's going to happen just yet.
But this might happen though. Team Bangladesh. Okay, last we checked, there was another team in front of them. Okay, just getting a good visual here, but we'll check on them later because right now it's going to be Team Hong Kong, China. But on screen, back on Team Bangladesh, Curse, he just got cursed by Tabs. Eliminated on the outside within the blue. Team Sri Lanka with the final player gains another point. But while all that was happening, Team Malaysia have been eliminated. No points in this round. It's a rare occasion for Team Malaysia.
Yeah, but a chance for Hong Kong, China, and even Bangladesh to score big, for this round. And even Myanmar. Let's throw in Myanmar. I mean, Hong Kong, China, there's still a complete squad here. Same thing goes for Myanmar. So number advantage, it's there. Bangladesh, however, down to a duo here, but it's not impossible at all for them to score big. But I guess we'll just have to find out since we're still looking at 12 teams over here. And, in the zone, in the circle, we do have at least 10% water here coming from Jorgapul.
I would even throw in like Team Nepal having the chance as well, and maybe even Team Vietnam. But we'll check on them later because right now, focusing on the Team Japan, playing by the edge of the circle. They just arrived. Oh, the final player of Sri Lanka, Tabs, passing by Team Hong Kong, China. Smoked up vehicle though. So he's running a big risk here. His vehicle might be blown up. He has to be careful. Right in front of him, Team Hong Kong, China. Are they going to stop? Are they going to turn back and shoot? But looks like Tabs turning away just to head towards where Team Thailand is at.
It's like putting a sign on your forehead that, hey, my vehicle is smoking. I'm about to explode. So you might as well, avoid teams that, who's in front of you, or maybe also doing some rotation as much as possible. You need to stay away, from the road. But anyway, and speaking of staying away, I think it was too late for that one. Team Sri Lanka now just got eliminated, which brings us down to 11 teams more. We're looking at Thailand, 1 point in the bag here, close to Hong Kong, China. And as for Indonesia, they're taking their sweet time over here in Jorgapul.
And Smile from Team Myanmar gets 90 degree. That's going to be another point in the back of Team Myanmar. And looks like this round, Team Myanmar, they're performing again. And looking at them on screen right now, Hitman just right beside them, and they know exactly where he is. They're rushing onto the compound where Hitman is at. He's probably on the second floor. It's going to be a 3v1. Unless Hitman can live up to his name, it's going to be a tough fight.
Yeah, it is going to be a tough fight. I'm looking at the number of nades that he still has. Okay, so he's got a couple more here.
Oh!
But from afar, I think there's another team here. That would be Brunei shutting down Marnet. So this is now makes a three-way battle.
Okay. That gives Hitman a lifeline here. Assisted by Team Brunei. But now they've managed to pick up Marnet. So now they're going up to the second floor, just waiting for the fire to subside. Okay, fire's off. DBS gameplay. Romeo with a nade. But Saycloud gets in first with a DBS. Straightforward elimination. Team Bangladesh at number 4 eliminated. They'll have to wait for the next round before attempting to get into the top 3 again.
And Nepal right now about to be challenged by Indonesia. This time, Domain needs to heal up. He only has a total of 40% health here. We got Nepal pressure on screen, cooking up a nade. Getting ready to throw up against Indonesia. Indonesia, of course, still remains alive in this situation. Rex, however, facing the floor at the moment, which puts Nepal in a world of trouble. And there goes Domain. I don't think Nepal's going to survive this one up against Indonesia, Sir Cloud.
Okay, he's set up on the side. He's Precious. One last hit and Precious. Oh, wait, he's still alive. One last hit. And Potato the IGL will finish him off. Team Nepal eliminated by Team Indonesia. Zeta, that was a close one.
Yeah, that was a close one. That was a close one. But Indonesia again, great teamwork. I can say, you know, they held on to multiple angles, and Zeta almost getting knocked down. I think it was a great, you know, help coming from teammate. And again, we're looking at 8 teams remaining here for stage 4. We got Japan getting a lot of punishment, you know, from Thailand at the moment, since they don't have anything to cover themselves with. They don't have any compound. All they have is that potato hill right there and a tree. How they're going to survive, I am not sure.
Wow. It also depends on where the circle will go now. The only team on the outside the circle is Team Indonesia, and the circle hard shifts towards the south. And look who's in the middle of the circle now, Red Queen. It's Team Myanmar, and they still have a full squad. But okay, they're leaving the high ground right now, so I'm not sure what's the plan for them. I thought it would be better that the other 2 players go up to the high ground to join the rest of the 2, but looks like they have other plans in mind.
Yeah, but I don't think it's a good plan for them to head now to the middle of the map here, since it's an open field. I mean, yeah, you do have like a little high ground advantage, but you know, enemies can come from all directions, Sir Cloud, which can be hard to manage.
True. Maybe they're thinking of like, okay, want to play a bit safer, because at this moment, the closest competition, Bangladesh and Nepal, have been eliminated, so they don't really need to push for the elimination points yet. As long as they can stay alive, that's cool for them. And plus, we're in the top 8, so all the teams are starting to collect placement points. But let's see if Hong Kong, China can collect elimination points out of Thailand. As Thailand right now, one of their players still stuck on the outside. It's going to be Shirley with a buggy heading towards his teammates, trying to get into the circle. But the moment they land into it, it's going to be Team Japan greeting them.
Oh, that is for sure. Kenji, however, won't be joining the fight anymore because he's back in the lobby. Thailand! One of them got picked off. Marnet with another score here. Oh, this is now mayhem. I mean, teams now have found each other, and now they're really having this exchange. Romeo getting close to where Japan is. Nick is cooking up a nade, getting ready to throw at Rento. He was able to inflict a lot of damage, but Shirley now down on the ground, courtesy of Myanmar. 10 points for Myanmar.
Oh, 10 points already, and 10 points for Hong Kong, China as well. Okay, these 2 teams stepping up the gas. And Team Hong Kong, China, they can potentially get more elimination points right now with Team Thailand right in front of them. But Team Myanmar scores another one from afar. But they traded back with Team Hong Kong, China, at least a long-range knock. But no elimination yet. Instead, now the focus will be on the Team Thailand with Nicky, final player, still active, trying to fend for himself against the 2 teams around him.
Yeah, he's definitely going to go for that pickup. He needs all the firepower that they can get to rep up the team here. But Myanmar's doing a great job so far with elimination points. And they know what is at stake here. They cannot afford to lose if they would want to reclaim their spot here. But Hong Kong, China is making it very, very difficult for them. They're going up against Thailand. Nikki was able to dodge that road rage. But you know what? Hong Kong, China is not even done yet. Unleashing havoc up against Thailand.
And Spider-Tan, he fights back with the DBS. He gets 1. He gets 2. 1 more to go on the high ground. Spider-Tan on the lower ground deals a lot of damage onto the other side. But Spider-Tan has to be careful as well. As Spider-Tan, he loses the final 1v1 with Sin. And Sin became the hero of Hong Kong, China.
Yep. Your friendly neighborhood Spider-Tan did not make it, ladies and gents. So we are now looking at 4 teams. Is this 4 teams? Oh, no, 6 teams remaining, I guess. And Myanmar is still in the mix here. So great chance there to reclaim the spot. They can continue racking up some more points to make sure that they stay ahead of the competition. They need to get the throne back. Romeo spots a couple players from Vietnam, but hesitated to go for the open fire. Maybe they still need to get close.
Oh, and they will close the gap here against Team Vietnam. Here comes Team Myanmar using the high ground routes. But then again, they are not in the circle yet. They have to eliminate Team Vietnam to get into the circle if they want that northern side. If not, they have to pick another spot. But anyway, Marnet, together with his teammate, they found a space within the circle. Now, Smile and Romeo can follow up on that, but the moment they land inside the circle, Marna got gunned down by Zeta.
Oh no, here we go again for Myanmar. Let's see if they can come back from this one. Vietnam, however, okay, they already have a total of 5 points here. We got Razak holding on to a good advantage point here up against Brunei. Starboy is still picking up some information here, checking where the enemies will be coming from. But Say Cloud is also taking care of business here up against Indonesia. Guys, we're already looking at the final 5 teams remaining here to secure the last chicken dinner here in Erangel. And Myanmar, oh man, they are stepping on the gas over here. And again, they need to, of course, if they would want to take their spot again at the top. Razak cooking up a nade here, getting ready to throw up against Brunei, but Zeta actually came first with that score.
When Starboy eliminated, now the 2 players of Team Chinese Taipei still in the compound. They don't have the circle. The blue will flush them out. And that's where Team Indonesia will be ready to pick up those points. Same time, they're managing Team Vietnam and also Team Myanmar on the other side. It's going to be Potato keeping an eye on to them. But the focus right now for Team Indonesia is to collect those 2 points out of Team Chinese Taipei.
Okay, here we go. All teams really studying up, on how they should approach this situation. I mean, it's the final 4 teams here. And if you manage to get this far, you shouldn't let go of that chance to score that chicken dinner. Everyone knows exactly, again, what they're up against here. Myanmar manages to survive with a complete squad here, which is...
You should start now. Skin को preserve करना is most important. Damage के बाद recovery बहुत मुश्किल होती है. And if there's one product you should use, probably my night cream. It's one of the most popular products at our company. हम एक साल में 15,000 pieces भी बेच चुके हैं. It's an all-in-one solution. उसमें niacinamide, hyaluronic acid, argireline, retinol, multiple agents के multiple फायदे हैं. जैसे कि collagen, hyaluronic acid, of course, आपकी anti-aging के लिए है. Then we have 2 किस्म के peptides, जो आपकी ये eyes के around crow's feet area, forehead wrinkles, laugh lines को remove करते हैं. Retinol से आपका skin texture improve होता है. Niacinamide से आपका sebum control, पुराने दाग दबे जाते हैं. Fairness या unify करने के लिए complexion को alpha-arbutin, साथ skin की sumptuousness और इसकी hydration बढ़ाने के लिए vitamin E, glycerine, aloe vera, and hyaluronic acid. It has great reviews. It's perfected by dermatologists. Start today.
them securing to get the win from this fight. Romeo getting close with a DBS, goes in for the charge. Say Cloud with another nade. We got Constant already on the ground here, and Myanmar dominating Indonesia, which brings us down to our final 2 teams here, trying to get the chicken dinner. Myanmar back on top.
15 eliminations already for Team Myanmar, and here comes Team Vietnam, but Say Cloud guns down and Max gets Marnet instead. And we have Boy T on the other side. He's on the lower ground too. Boy T gets Say Cloud with the nade. Beautifully lobbed across. And here comes the rest of Team Vietnam. They want to close off this game right now. At the same time, the blue is going to put pressure onto Team Myanmar. We have Smile here together with Romeo, the duo that has to do it from the outside the circle to try to win this one against Team Vietnam.
All right, here we go. We are already at the edge of our seats, ladies and gents, but oh no, Myanmar took a nade. But Vietnam, one of them is still currently knocked down on the ground, so don't exactly know who's going to be winning the fight. But Romeo's dodging all those bullets, coming from Vietnam. But here comes the charge now. Smile is leading it. We got him inside the vehicle, getting information, and now he's coming up for the charge up against Boy T.
And one more to go. It's going to be Max from the high ground. He sees Smile. Smile will be taken out. Now it's going to be a 1v2. Marnet and Romeo. They will have to do it against the final player of Vietnam. It's going to be Max. Can he pull off a clutch here against Team Myanmar? But before that, he'll finish off Smile, the MVP of Team Myanmar. Now Myanmar 1v2. Can they actually pull this one off? Max, he does have the high ground advantage though.
Yeah, he does. And, the pressure, onto the side of Myanmar, since they are the ones very close to the blue zone over here. And Max throwing a lot of nades here just to make sure that he does pose a great defense here. But Marnet, okay, took a hit, but this is still a 2v1. And now the strategy is for Myanmar to go for a pincher up against Max. And Romeo was able to inflict a lot of damage, but still not enough to put him down just yet.
Okay, they push him to the corner right now. Look at the circle. It's been dominated by Team Myanmar. They should be able to wrap things up right now. Now Max is the one on the outside. 15 more seconds before the blue starts to close. And they'll put a lot of pressure onto him. It's looking real good right now for Team Myanmar to bring back the chicken dinner this round.
This is a crazy exchange, and it has been going on for so long. With a 2v1 situation, you would think Myanmar, okay, they have the advantage. They should go, full steam ahead up against Max here. But Max is making it really difficult. Imagine if Max can actually shut down at least one player, from Myanmar. He can stand a chance here to getting the chicken dinner himself as well.
Oh, it will be insane if Max can actually do it. A 1v2. Nate right in front of him. Okay, a little bit too short. Max is still all right. But he's finding that little tiny space within the circle right now. As Max still behind the smoke. But the smoke might subside anytime soon. Now with the nade of his own, it's going to be his final frag grenade. Lobbed across, but nobody's home.
A little damage there up against Romeo, but that did compromise his location. And just look at that. Marnet knows exactly where to throw the nade. What a response. Oh, man. Myanmar, again, back on top here. 16 elimination points for the team, plus a chicken dinner. Are we looking at a total of 26?
Ooh. Is it 27? Okay, I kind of lost count. But it's a big amount by Team Myanmar here. A lot of eliminations this round. Whatever it is, whether it's like 16 eliminations, 17, or maybe even 18. Man, this round is a huge comeback round for Team Myanmar.
Oh, for sure. And with just one game, that's super massive. So they're like the black hole, in this game. I mean, in this match, at least. But just to check out what happened, there you go. I mean, when Max threw that nade, he compromised his location. He did give up a little bit of damage onto Romeo, but it wasn't enough. And that paved the way, for Murnat to throw exactly where he needs to throw the nade. And that scored the point. And then we're looking at the stats here. Myanmar, again, most damage goes to Master Smash.
AirPods Pro wireless earbuds. Equipped with Bluetooth 5.0 technology, the connection is faster and more stable, bidding farewell to lagging and disconnection. Active noise reduction mode. Ergonomic design, fits snugly into the ear canal, won't fall off even with a wild swing. High-definition sound quality plus deep bass, listening to music is like being on-site intelligent charging case with long-lasting battery life. Start now and embark on a high-quality lifestyle.
That Team Myanmar might be back on the throne.
Ooh, okay. I'm trying to do the numbers here in my head. Are they? Maybe that could be the case. It will be insane, though. I mean, it only took one game for Myanmar to claim the spot back from Malaysia. That's insane. And now, what Malaysia's gonna do next?
Well, what Malaysia's gonna do next? Haha. Well, we'll see, because we're going to swap out the maps to Miramar, right? But before that, looking over at the stats, no airdrops looted this time. Ain't nobody got time for airdrops this time. Everyone focused on rotating, especially trying to get to the northern side after the circle went to stage 2, and it's quite clear that, okay, the circle is going to go up there. So we might as well focus on committing ourselves to get the best possible spot somewhere in the north at some point. It could have been like shooting range. At some point, it could have been like North Jogopol. And at some point, it's somewhere in between. So I guess teams just don't have the time to loot any airdrops. So that's why it's 0 airdrops looted this time. Now, before we head on to the match rankings, here's a comparison between Myanmar and Hong Kong, China.
Yeah, 18-12 in favor of Myanmar. Damage output, it's a significant lead as well. But with these numbers, I don't think that the performance of Hong Kong China here is like a bad one compared to Myanmar. I think it's a close one, and Hong Kong China, they have been consistent in getting a lot of elimination points, and if they can continue on with this pace, then it's not impossible at all to remain, for them to remain at the top 3.
Yes, and okay, before we confirm whether they're still in the top 3 or how far are they in the top 3, right? We'll look at the match rankings first. So Team Hong Kong China did well as well, 14 points collected. Team Myanmar, of course, with the chicken dinner, 28 points. Team Vietnam, 13 points. And Team Indonesia, this team, they are quietly going up. Another double-digit haul, 12 points for Team Indonesia. They could be up to something here.
Okay. And again, a not so good performance from Pakistan. Okay. Okay. Bangladesh, I think this is the first one that they got taken out without any points, from the competition. So again, we're done with the 3 Erangels back to back. It's gonna be an interesting I guess plot twist, since we are gonna move on to Miramar. So it's a different map, it's a different tactics, a different strategy, different terrain, different everything. So I guess coming from the teams here, if they are doing so great in Erangel, they will have to switch their tactics, the moment that we drop in Miramar.
Yeah, because Miramar obviously is a very different map, and it's also the final 2 maps, the final sprint for these teams. So it's going to be big. But before we head on to that, the overall rankings. And Myanmar, number 1. Welcome back to the Iron Throne. Followed by Malaysia, pushed down to 2nd place with 102 points. And Team Hong Kong China, 101 points. Only 1 point behind Team Malaysia. Now, that's the top 3. But for Bangladesh, for Nepal, Vietnam, 2 games, they could still do it.
Yeah, it's still possible, But for Myanmar, man, it only took 1 game for them to reclaim the throne. I mean, they didn't even care, like, okay, you think Malaysia is okay at the top because they've already crossed the triple digit? But no, we are here to get the throne with 112 points and said, boom, drop it like it's hot.
Oh, yeah, and it's hot with the fact that they have 3 chicken dinners already within the course of, well, not fully 2 days, because we have 2 more games to go, but as of now, that is. Flipping on to the next page, unfortunately for Timor-Leste, they are still the only team that is at a single digit, so I guess they need to bring in the points more if they don't want to be that last spot team, and nobody wants to be at the last spot.
Oh yeah, that is for sure. Unfortunately, Laos, I don't think they've even had a chance, to join us, for this 2 days of the competition. So maybe the next tournament, we can experience, the power and the prowess, the tenacity of Laos next time. But for now, we would want to, of course, congratulate Myanmar again for taking the top spot here. It wasn't easy at all, but I am more excited to see what Malaysia is going to do next. But before that, please don't go away, because we will be taking a very short break.
the Erangels, ladies and gentlemen, and now it's time for those two crucial Miramars to be played. These two Miramars are going to be super detrimental for every single team. Myanmar, yes, they got that #1 position back, but the other teams are right behind them.
Oh yeah, the points are still very close for the top 3 spots, especially with the teams at like what, 4th, 5th, 6th place. I mean, it's still anyone's game, and we only have 2 more games to go. So we'll see how many teams would be left. I would say nothing much to play for after this round. But by now, because we already only have 2 games, so there is a handful of teams like at the very end that has nothing much to play for already. Normally, this kind of trend, we'll start to see like those teams, they will start to just play and just fight whoever they can see in front of them.
Mm-hmm. I mean, at this point, you should be going with that kind of a mentality. No matter who you're seeing, whether it's like a top team or the bottom team, you should be focusing on getting that fight engaged and getting those engagements on how many eliminations, whatever elimination that you can actually scrape off of the other team. Do it right now. That is at no other time. Only these 2 matches are remaining from this point onward. Whatever you're doing, whatever you're gathering, it all depends upon these 2 matches. The bottom lines, they definitely will be going very chaotic, just like yesterday. If you remember, Sir Cloud, yesterday those Erangels, they were absolutely phenomenal. Even the Miramars that was going so good. But yes, I do want to see how today, that second group, our first group, in fact, the group number B, how they're going to play their Miramars for the day number 2. They were aggressive on the day number 1. They're really aggressive on the day number 2. And because of this, it makes me want to think that, yes, even right now, even for this day, even for the day number 2, the Miramars, they will be going for an aggressive pushes. They will be going for aggressive gameplays, and that chaotic gameplay is definitely going to be seen. Another thing I want to be known about is the fact that how the circle is going to affect their momentum and all the confidence that they have built it up, but like they have mustered up throughout this 4-3 games into the previous ones. How is that going to either empower it or break it completely?
Yeah, the circle definitely will play a very big role in terms of how they're going to play, right? But so far in the Miramar matches, we have been seeing kind circles, like 100% land, like a lot of space for the teams to play with. Generally, they can rotate, they can pick good spots. But I would like to see a challenging circle for the last 2 Miramars. Maybe something all the way south or all the way on the right. Put some water in the circle. I think that would be kind of nice.
That is true. That is true. But ladies and gentlemen, as we are waiting for the match number 5 to begin, it's going to take a little bit of time. Don't you have to worry about that. We will fix that in a short while. But until then, we will be going for a very, very short break. Do not go anywhere. Stay with us. Make sure you are spamming your favorite team into the comment section. We are watching the comment section as well. So we will talk with you over there. And until then, we will be right back. And these 2 matches are going to be the deadliest one before we're actually going to have our top 3 from the group number B. We saw the group number A's top 3 that will be moving forward. Now it's time for the group B to cement their names into all of that next phase of the action. Cement their names into the next phase of the action. But aside from all of this, we're just waiting for the fact that the game is going to start in a short while, ladies and gentlemen. I know we took a little bit of time. I know that break was kind of long, but it's for the betterment of everyone. We don't want to left anyone in the lobby or something like that. Yeah, we need to make sure that every single player is in the game this time around. We don't have any trios. We don't have any duos. We want a full squad, full and 4-man action. And that's exactly what we're going to have. That's exactly what we're going to receive in these two matches. 15 teams, they will be dropping again and again against each other. And this time around, I do believe, so Sir Cloud, I have a really, really strong feeling that these teams, they are going to go for that clash drops. They are going to go for those early fights at this point in time because they have nothing to lose. The bottom line teams, like they absolutely have nothing to lose. These two matches can either be their momentum maker or the momentum breaker. They can generate so many points at the same time, or they can like give away so many points to the other teams.
Yeah, wouldn't be surprised as well if we see a drop clash because the competition is still tight for the top 3. So some teams that are close to the top might be thinking to themselves that, hey, you know what? Maybe we can try to just poke one of the top 3 teams and see if we can overtake them by winning an early drop clash. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see it happen. We have seen that happen in Group B when it comes to this stage of the tournament, and it happened inside of Picado. So Picado being the center of the map, there is a potential that that spot might be hot and might be contested by
there. To Rondo is not being played, whereas the north southwestern side is not going to be accessible, and the northeastern corner is not going to be accessible.
Well, you mentioned about like San Martin, we talked about Picado. So happy the flight path is on top of these two areas. So if teams were to bump into each other there, well, this could be one of those moments because of how the flight path is. And looking at some of the early drops, there are a few teams heading towards the Picado area. So we'll continue to monitor the situation if there will be a clash there. But inside of El Pozo, we already have 2 teams. One of them is Chinese Taipei, and the other one is Myanmar.
That's 2 different teams that right next to each other. Early fight is definitely going to be on the table this time, ladies and gentlemen, in this match, in this Miramar. But aside from all of this, aside from the Picado as well, you can see more teams going towards the southern side. There's 2 teams, but the Circle's going to take the shift to the hard eastern corner. We have a little bit of the water. We have a majority of the northeastern side inside of that circle where the plane line was nowhere to be seen, where now the players will have to find a car, find a vehicle, and get their hands into that safe city's compounds. Those compounds are going to be crucial this time around, but already that first elimination is on our screen, ladies and gentlemen. Team INA, they're going to lose one of their players, Indonesia. They're the first one to receive the damage or receive that elimination number. But Bhutan is that person, is that team, in fact, in this match, in the match number 5, that's going to execute the first engagement.
Well, more engagements here inside Picado. We have 3 different teams. And William position compromise. And Hong Kong China is going towards him. Straightforward knock, straightforward elimination by aimbot. And now they need to refocus back onto whoever's inside of Picado. We still have the 2 players from Timor-Leste inside, together with the remaining players of Pakistan and Hong Kong China. They're hungry for eliminations now because they are one of the contenders for the top 3.
There definitely are. Like, the top 3 is the only way to go forward. But you know what, Sir Cloud? We don't have the overall ranking this time, and I'm loving this. I'm loving this, that we don't have the overall ranking into the Miramar phases. We will not know which team is going to be on the number 1, 2, 3 from this point onward, depending on the circumstances. If the bottom line teams do play good, do play really, really nice. But on our screen so far, it's the team Pakistan, and close to them, it's not just one different team. It's 2 different teams into the proximity, so the fight is definitely inevitable. You lose, you get away from one fight, you're definitely going to get into the other fight. But here we go, IQQ, he's over here, close to the vicinity, and he's going to take down the players of Timor-Leste. That's a full casualty coming around. 3 elimination at the cost of one of their players. That is Fullock.
Oh, another fight's happening here involving Bangladesh and Sri Lanka. And Sri Lanka, the moment while their players arrived, Bangladesh, they were ready for him. And on the elimination feed, IQQ, he's been knocked. But while that's happening now, the fight continues on, and Bangladesh will collect their first official elimination point this round out of the player of Sri Lanka. While speaking about Sri Lanka, one of the players still down though, it's going to be Tap. And Bangladesh, they seem to be interested to push them.
They are seeming interested in pushing there, but oh no, on the other side we have the Pakistan, ladies and gentlemen. Pakistan receiving a lot of damage as there's only one player remaining. Now Naki, the one and only hope, S12K finally made a connection. One knockdown is on its way. The second knockdown, will it occur? Only 5 more bullets remaining into that shotgun. 3 more now, 2. And with these 2 bullets, it's all over. The player is out of the gun, out of the bullets. He's going to switch to the Scar. L do a lot of damage. Going to go upstairs and wait for the opportunity, but he's going to finish those elimination. Peak fire is going to come into the way. He's going to do the damage, but not enough damage to get the player out of commission. That's all over for the team Pakistan after securing those 4, maybe 5 elimination total for themselves.
Well, back onto Bangladesh. Looks like one player, 90 degree, currently down, but long range here. Let's see if Hitman can actually secure that one, but looks like not. Countered by Taps from the back. They totally didn't expect that to happen. Oh, Taps surprised them. And now because of that, they lost another player.
What was that? My man was ready with that Winchester 97, and he was absolutely destroying it. He was going on with the fires back and forth, but suddenly he got the shots, he got the damage, and he was down and dusted. From this point onward, we have Bangladesh down to the 3-man. Hitman is the only person that got eliminated, but 90 degree, I'm not seeing a really good situation for these guys as well. As you can say, 90 degree was down, but on the other side, from Myanmar angles, we're seeing Master Smile coming forward, getting those damages on the player. Amazing, man. The rest of the team from the side at this point, at this angle, that EXT, they're so further back into the angle that Master Smile, he has an easy chance of securing at least that elimination, or he can make sure that the Caesar at this very point, he gets absolutely decimated. But JP walks straight up into that grenade. This is not good whatsoever. And right with this, we have another casualty going around. Team, like over here, Myanmar, they're absolutely destroying everything.
And Smile, he was ready with the short range nade, immediately getting that knock, and now it's only Paytar left. Not sure what he can do from this angle. Don't think he can do much. All he can do right now is to think about how he can survive for the team, and that's about it. But surely he will not be able to challenge the remaining players of Team Myanmar.
Chances are very slim that he cannot challenge the players of the Myanmar at this point in time. But the chances are there that, okay, Paytar may actually take a 1 or at least 2 down with him. He is trying to look out for the situation that, okay, whatever the situation present himself, he's going to seize that opportunity. He will seize that opportunity. But finally, as the players from Myanmar, they are actually pushing up. They don't want to give any breathing space to this guy. It's all over, ladies and gentlemen. It is all over for the team Bhutan this time around. They threw a grenade. It did not make any connection. Okay, it made a connection on his own self. That was somewhat a self-grenade that we witnessed. The player rushes up, and it's all over within the second. Right with this, we have one more team out of the match. Straight up, 3 teams within the 7-minute, 8-minute marker have just left the lobby.
Well, that was a perfectly angled nade. And because of that, now Team Myanmar, they collect 4 elimination points. But Team Thailand and Team Malaysia, looks like they are having it at each other. Ryan just got eliminated by Spider Tan. And Team Thailand playing around the area of La Bandita. So,
एक दफ़ा आप ये क्रीम लगाएं और आपकी स्किन हाइड्रेट भी रहेगी, आपकी स्किन के पोर्स भी ठीक होंगे, रिंकल्स भी ठीक होंगे, और बेसिकली ये एंटी एजिंग है और हमें इसकी ज़रूरत है.
Really excited to see what Hong Kong China is going to do, because they've been doing consistent gameplays or whatsoever. But ladies and gentlemen, we are about to head into the stage number 2, and as we're about to the stage number 2, there is also a fight on the mini screen that you can see. But the circle shift has gone towards, once again, the eastern side, but a very southern side shift, a very south shift towards the eastern corner. You're seeing almost 40%, 45% of the area, the radius of the circle, completely in the water right now, Sir Cloud, meaning that this 60% of the area is going to be completely it's going to be completely overtaken by all of these 12 teams.
Oh, and Thailand, from moving away from Team Malaysia, they bump into Team Brunei. Okay, that's interesting here. Team Brunei, they got 1. Looking for the rest of Team Thailand, and Spider Tan has to get away to safety. So far, so good. thanks to the terrain as well, he will be okay. Starboy can't do much. But what they can do is to pick up that one elimination point out of Team Thailand, and it's 9 Noise eliminated.
That's a player eliminated right there, ladies and gentlemen. But aside from all of this factor, we're still seeing some casualty coming around. The 4x raise going. Precious beautifully executing that fight, getting a knockdown straight up. And now from this point onward, you have to execute and get those elimination numbers higher and higher for yourself. Nepal, come on. One elimination is done. A lot more to go. A lot more to be done by you guys, because you know at the start of today's matches, you were on the hashtag number 4, and you don't want to lose those opportunity to secure your number 3 spot whatsoever. The sprays are going from Vietnam side on the Nepal, but not a single connection is being made so far. Not a single connection is getting onto the players' angles, neither them nor their cars. Finally, after this, Vietnam is going to get into the cars, and they're just going to get out of here. They're just going to change their directions and change their momentum from one direction to the other one. But remember this. Remember the fact that you have provided your location to the other team as well, and one wrong move